by 17 points. Paul Carter?
I've gone for Morwell to draw away late and probably win by about 27.
I'm changing mine.
Oh, well. Who?
Drouin by 1 point.
Drouin by 1 point. Boxer, give us a couple of key matchups today.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Brandon McDonald. It's one of those things where B-Mac's been in some great form here. He hasn't missed a game or a goal in the game this year at all. He loves getting around it and getting dangerous down forward too. So that matchup for Jordan Kingy will be big because they do rely heavily on Brandon as well, and he loves beating around the goals. Great to see Ryan Hearn here. The big loss for obviously Tommy Johnson going out gives Dan Musil and Ryan Hearn the opportunity in the ruck. So their midfield should reap the benefits of these key outs for Drouin for the Tigers today too. So, yep, for me down forward, I can just see that B-Mac and others to really fire up the Tigers today.
Noticed on the replay from last week that Tristan Wack did a fair bit of ruck work as well.
Yeah, they just saw him now with the midfield coach there in the old great. What's his name again? Troy Makepeace was looking after the midfield guy, and young Wack was taking the ruck.
Good player. Well, good bloke. Great comments, man.
They've taken his statue down at Murray, though.
They have. He was one of the best special comments man with Gippsland Live a couple of years ago. You're exactly right. As both sides
hasn't been here.
Both sides are getting a little ready in the middle of the ground now.
Charlie, gutful of this. I tell you.
Charlie Bethune will do the ruck duties for the Drouin side, and looks to be that Musil's gone in there, so they might even play Wack and Musil both in the middle at the moment. So Musil playing more of a midfield role. There's one to follow for you, a Boxer, as Tristan Wack will take the first ruck duties up against Charlie Bethune. Any other key matchups, Boxer, before we start?
No, I just can't pick up too many at the moment, but I'll come back to you, Scott.
I reckon Charlie Bethune must have a big leap on him. Well, they do look a little bit light, don't they, in terms of size-wise. So it'll be interesting to see who they do throw through the middle of the ground, and that will be the key. So for the Tigers, it's McAuliffe in the middle, Boyd Bailey, who's had a fantastic, and as we said, Dan Musil, who normally rucks, will take the centre work for the Tigers. While for Drouin, Jared Marshall's in there. I can see Aidan Quirk, who's been a good little recruit for him as well, and just trying to pick up the player just to the left. It could be, is it Salter, or normally he goes forward, so we'll try and work on who that is in the centre circle for the Lions.
Shiv, Shiv, I think it might be.
Nathan Noblett's going to start out of the square too, Scud, so a little bit of a different setup for the Tigers too, where McDonald will start up on the 30 and Nathan will be one out down forward as well.
So the other one in the middle is Josh Shiv, and the umpire will get things underway. As we said, it's Bethune up against Wack, and Wack will get his first hand on it, clears the area nicely. Quirk gave a quick handball back to Marshall. His kick goes towards the half-forward flank. Walsh was the one there for the Tigers. Likewise with Klebney. He's able to pick the footy up. Is Klebney. Little chip kick inside forward 50. Just gets over the top of Marrick. The Tigers come in. They give away a free kick. Clayton Kingy might be the one here, and it is.
Do you think they were passing out the peroxide during the week down at Drouin? Because
there's a few boys.
There's a few of the boys here. There's one that's on the bench that we'll talk a bit more deeply about later on. But there's a free kick here to Kingy. What is he? 30 out on a 45-degree angle.
Right in front of the Morwell social rooms here, inside the first minute of play, as Clayton Kingy comes in, a deliberate sort of approach, a little bit of a skip, and then a right foot kick, and he puts it through the middle, and that's the way that the Drouin Hawks like to get things going. Clayton Kingy.
Geez, what a start. I mean, it was one of those things too. We saw it in the reserves too, when players were on that tight angle, how they really try and judge it through by, I call it a lazy kick, because it just allows the ball to move with the wind or just in flight, and he timed it beautifully there too. So a good start there to Drouin.
And on the LV Forklift scoreboard, it was 51 seconds to be precise that first goal came up, and Kingy's goal takes Drouin to a 6-point lead.
So interesting to see what happens in the centre here. Tristan Wack obviously has got a height advantage. He obviously has a vertical lead. So he got a clear tap first opportunity, but it didn't go Morwell's way. Has a clear cap second opportunity.
Same again.
What? Same result, picked up by Quirk. Goes looking for a teammate in Jack Fraser. From the right half back flank, he goes down the line towards right half forward flank. Good strong mark, front position. Tyler Brown settles the Tigers' nerves, finds a man loose out of side of the ground, just getting a handle on it. I reckon was Boyd Bailey, who knocked it forward and found his teammate in Cody McDonald. He can't get around one, lays a tackle, and that tackle will see that the field umpire come in to ball this one up. Left half forward flank, Morwell now into attack after Drouin got the first blood. One goal inside the first minute. We've gone 2 minutes first quarter. Musil took the tap duties, tapped it straight there, though. Marshall was able to get a hand on it, gave a Quick handle to a teammate who kicked down the line, gets over the top of Linton. Walsh will be able to mop this one up. His left foot handle to Brown, put him under pressure, but gee, ball to boot was very quick. However, it goes straight up and lands in the hands of Marshall, who can square it up to find Zane Atkins right in the middle of the ground here at the Morwell Rec Reserve. A little chip kick, nicely done to Marek. He's got the bright yellow boots on, does Marek. He puts his boot into it to the top of the square, and that's a chiselling pass. What a kick from Ryan Marek to find his teammate down there. And it's Kai Quirk, who has been on the goal scorer sheet throughout season 2022. A good recruit for them.
So we've only been playing 3.
Kai Quirk, he puts it through the second for the Hawks box.
Yeah, I know what I mean. Look, as I was saying then too, just the disposal from Morwell, there's just a couple of turnovers there, but Drouin are prepared to play that middle of the ground. They're just absolutely, that little 45 inside, that kick there by Marek was absolutely well called by you, Scud. He chiselled that in. He gave the Morwell defenders no chance to even cut that off.
And if they haven't learned about roving to Tristan back after those first two, they need to have another good look at themselves. LV Forklift scoreboard, 3 minutes played. Drouin 2 goals straight, 12. Morwell haven't made it into the 50 yet.
All right, let's go take 3. Wack will get the tap, but can he find a teammate? Wack gets the tap, and he found a teammate. Nicely done. He found his boy Bailey, who knocked it off back to Wack again. And now the Tigers go forward for the first time. Opening minutes, roved beautifully off the pack by Campbell. And has he put it through? He has not. A golden opportunity after some really sweet play out of the centre, and that's what you expect to see after your team is getting first use of the ball in the centre.
Margin 11 points on the LV Forklift scoreboard. Hire Equipment and Solutions. 33 Stratton drive. The kick comes in, finds the target back in Hancock. Wrapped up in the strong tackle quickly, holding the football. Advantage will be paid. The kick though was smothered. Lands in the hands of McDonald. He's 45. He turns. Noblet's going back with a flight. Can't quite get it on the full. He gathers it now. Twists, turns, handles over the top to Brandon McDonald. Quickly wrapped up in the tackle. Gets a handball out. Drouin have got some numbers. And they go through. This time it's from Marshall. His releasing kick out of the half-back line. Doesn't find a target. It's able for the Tigers now to gather it through Brown, who got one over the shoulder. And at the wing eventually, where the ball is now.
He's been hot early, hasn't he, Brown?
He has. He rolls around over the right boot, goes to centre half forward. Poricali is the target, couldn't mark it. Working hard as Kai Quirk back there. He gathered, tried to squeeze a handball back to a teammate in Aidan Quirk. Top of the 50 for the Tigers. Poricali just grabbed it and handballed it 5, 10, 15 metres going towards his goal. Can they run onto this, the Tigers? They can't. As they quickly close to the Hawks, they were looking for a free kick. Here's Lopez. Gave it to McDonald. Squared it out to Bailey. Left foot shot on goal, and the Tigers miss again.
Gee, some quick play inside 50 from Morwell. They just couldn't get a clean go at it too. So well done to the Drouin defenders to really bottle it up. And boy, Bailey just missed on a perfect opportunity there for the Tigers.
2 goals straight, 12 Drouin, 2 behinds, 2 Morwell on the LV Forklift scoreboard. 5.5 played this first quarter.
Okay, Hermanson with the ball for Drouin, brings the ball out. Looks like he's got a plan in place, and guess what? That plan takes place beautifully. Joe Collins gets the mark outside defensive 50. The man of the mark being told to move away was Zach Carlson, and now Drouin. Geez, they're moving the ball nicely, and they seem to have a bit too much room on the end of that one for the visiting side was Quirk. A kick with his left leg inside forward 50, goes searching for his captain Clayton King, who a quick kick under pressure just offline. Another score. Lots to like about the pressure Drouin are applying to this home side.
2-1-13 Drouin on the LV Forklift scoreboard. Morwell 2 behinds, 2 points, 11-point margin, 6 minutes first quarter.
Scott, I see Anderson's doing the running for Morwell. Is he injured or is he just retired, or what's happening?
Yeah, he's got some long-term hip injuries. He is going overseas for 6 weeks, so won't see much of him. As the Tigers bring it back in, Bailey on the outer side, kicks it towards the wing area. Make pieces out there, couldn't quite mark it. Comes to ground. This is Collins on the far side. He goes backwards towards Jordan Kingy, and he wasn't able to get it. McDonald swooped on it, quickly gave it to Poricali, who gave a handball to Bailey. They get it going forward. Handball over the top, Jacobson to McDonald. He's got some wheels. He's got on a lead. It's Brandon McDonald who can mark on his chest in front of Zane Atkins. And McDonald will swing around, thump a right boot into it. It's a wobbly top of punt, top of the square, strong mark in the end. And going back nicely, was that Salter back there? He took the mark and now delivered out to his teammate. And he finds on the wing Harry Wands, who quickly got it on. to Marrick.
Yep, Merrick's done well. Here we go now. So a Merrick Ryan type goes looking for the corridor. Can he find? He can't. And standing his ground with a bit of courage was Tyler Brown. Taken late, we think. Behind play, there's a little bit of push and shove, and Brown thought he might add some weight to
I'll tell you what,
the response from Josh Shiv.
There'll be a report here, I reckon, and possibly a send-off, Bobby.
There's a card up already, so we're just waiting to see what's going to be. It has to be the Drouin player.
It'll be Josh Shiv that will be sent off, I'd assume.
Well, I'm tipping it might be both, I reckon.
Okay, let's see. The umpire's just pointing.
Yeah, surely the play shouldn't be going on.
Players.
So both are off.
The Tigers are playing on the far wing over here, boys, and
I'll bring it back, sure.
it's got to come back. So is it both players? Yep.
Yep, both players.
So Josh Shiv comes off for 10 minutes, and the player for Morwell
Is Max Linton.
who also comes off. The player with the ball, that's important, isn't it? Tyler Brown has it, right half forward flank, 50-metre penalty paid. So the umpire concedes that the hit on him was late, and the kick from him is perfect. Cody McDonald, plenty of pace. I'm not sure I'm going to back him for accuracy. Awkward kicking style.
I'll back him in.
Okay.
I think from this pocket here, he's probably in a perfect spot. He's a big kick. Are you surprised how much of a big kick he is?
I'm not so worried about the distance. I'm just worried about the accuracy. So this could be anywhere from a goal to out of play on the full, and it's out of play on the full. Look, I can't give you too much more information than what I did before he kicked the ball.
I might have the wrong McDonald. Sorry for that.
Yeah, and special comments thanks to Poppy this afternoon for Carpet Country, helping dreams become a reality since 1981.
Did they call that the commentator's curse? Is that what,
Well, no, he sort of predicted it.
Okay, all right.
So the ball in the hands of Collins. He quickly puts it outside defensive 50. Musa will fly. Couldn't do Mark. Hearn handled over the top. It's good to see him back to Jacobson. Back to Ryan Hearn, who now goes forward by hands to Bailey. Little chip kick. Nicely done to Mason Poracali. He's got one on in the middle of the ground. He goes towards Carlson. Does it get there? Well, it's dangerous, but it's high risk, high reward. And now Carlson will pass it off because he's got Bailey who ran on. It just missed him though. Play on. Drouin do well. Lands in the hands now of Collins. He chips it outside towards Clayton Kingy with that bright blonde hair. Shrugs one tackle. Gets around another. Chip little kick. Finds a teammate, and Collins, who ran on, took the mark and comes inboard and finds Campbell Jolly. It goes towards now inboard again to Harry Wands. He wheels and go on the left foot to centre half forward. A beautiful kick to Reece Salter. And he can mark it centre half forward. He's got Quirk. He goes one way. Then he comes back the other way. Lands at his toes. He twists. He turns. He waits. He sags off and then chips it inside with a good kick, but it just missed the target of Klebney. The Tigers were able to get a handle on it, and now they wrap it up. And we'll have a stoppage for 30 metres out from Drouin's goal.
What can you tell me about Poracali, Scud, his background?
He's a basketball background, haven't played a great deal of football in his first year out of thirds.
All right, the ball inside forward 50. Drouin, free kick, that's dangerous. Smack bang in front of goal. 40 metres out. The umpire held the arm out the wrong way. Newsome gets the kick. Gee, I got excited for no reason as this player, Tyler Brown, racks up another touch, comes grand side, stand side. And Campbell, he's taken a good strong mark under pressure from half back to half forward. He goes the Tigers. If they got some runners, they don't need them. Brandon McDonald goes inside forward 50, finds his teammate, and he goes well, Makepeace, kicks to the top of the square, and it's an absolute beauty because Noblet is on the end of it, 10 metres out, directly in front. This could be the Tigers first.
Yeah, the best set player of the day so far, and it was well done to McDonald too. That's Brandon McDonald, who was quick to play on. His groundwork was fantastic too. The kick inside, but I watched Nathan Noblet lead inside the 50. He timed it so well, and it was well done there too to get the kick on as well. He needs to finish it off now.
He does. Their finishing to date has been poor, both entering forward 50 and finishing at goal. Noblet, no excuse, directly in front, left footer off the boot. Looks pretty sweet, but guess what? He's done what they've done a few times today, and he's missed the unmissable.
Wow. Taking Morwell to 3 behind 3 points on the LB Forklift scoreboard. They're trailing by 10 points, drawing at 2-1-13, 11 and a half played first quarter.
Just needed to go back that extra 10 metres just to get a real good hit on that ball.
Jordan Kingy, nice out of fullback, finds Zane Atkins, who can chip it over the top. He's got one that works hard nicely in Klebney. And Klebney just outside his defensive 50, goes along the wing. That's a nice kick in a lot of traffic. Found a teammate, quickly handed on to Marrick. His kick, though, to no one. And Tyler Brown's just got no opponent, just missed him, though. Here's Quirk. He's got a little bit of toe, and he's got some spunk about him as well. There's Chiseling kick inboard. Beautifully done. Finds Jared Marshall. I tell you what, he's been a good recruit, Kai Quirk. We've seen his name in the best. We've seen him named on goal scorers. And he's good as quickly played on. And he put it through Jared Marshall for another goal for Drouin. The umpire waits. And you betcha, Jared Marshall's got another one and Drouin have got three. They capitalise and they make their opportunities count in the forward 50.
What Drouin are doing and what Morwell aren't doing is just a better use of the ball. They're just using the ball a lot better, a lot cleaner, and they're prepared to play the corridor as well. So the errors that Morwell are doing right now, Drouin are capitalising on that too. So they need to tidy it up with the Tigers.
And that takes Drouin out to a 16-point lead at the 12-minute mark of the first quarter. LB Falkland's scoreboard has a Hawk on 3-1-19. Morwell 3 behind 3 points. Set shots so far, 3 for Drouin, all goals from all, 1 goal and 1 out in the full.
So the ball back in the centre of the Morwell home ground and getting it and picking it up nicely was Aidan Quirk. Goes inside forward 50, dancing around brilliantly. It was Tim Hancock. And guess what? Timmy's got another one. It's a contender for the Zambrero goal of the day.
Well done. Better match to me, Mike, on there too as well at the same time.
Jeez, I did my bit fine.
One of the things that about Morwell, they are renowned for slow starts, are they not, Morwell?
True.
They are renowned for slow starts, but you're going to get a 4-goal head start against Drouin, who've got their tails up at the moment, and they just won it again out of the middle. Can someone please start rucking to whack?
And it's now a 22-point lead to Drouin at the 13-minute mark of this first quarter. LB Falkland scoreboard 25-3.
Well, back to the middle. No one. I'll tell you what, Wack's winning the hit-outs, but it's going straight to the same spot. And Bailey had it 3 times in a row and been caught twice.
And I've been thinking about this. Their Tigers half-forwards need to push up, especially through the centre bounces.
Well, McAuliffe just wins this one through sheer brute, and then Carlson put it inside forward 50, went through the feet of Wines. McDonald's just got to give a handle out. There it is, Makepeace. Can he capitalise? No. It's gone right angles off his boot. Here's Brereton. Gives it back to Lopez, who will kick around the body, and you guessed it, it's another minor score for the Tigers. It's rushed, it's ugly, it's not clean football inside forward 50 for the Tigers. It's complete opposite for the Hawks.
4 behind 4 points to Morwell, and Drouin are on 4-1-25. LB Falkland scoreboard 14.5-minute mark.
Okay, Jordan Kingy, usually sweet with that left leg. Guess what? He was sweet as pie. Goes towards the outer side. They go along the line. The player that kicked the last goal. I speak of Tim Hancock. Gets on the end of it again, and here they go. Another chance inside forward 50 for Kai Kirk. Long shot. Do not tell me he's kicked another one. He's kicked another one, Kai Kirk, and he's put his hand up as a contender for the Zambrero goal of the day.
That's your difference, because Morwell's come inside their 50. The ball looked ugly. You got Makepeace who couldn't kick probably 10 metres. Then you've got the reverse when they've gone coast to coast, and the kick was absolutely magnificent. You kicked that from outside 50. Yep. Was he outside 50? Yeah, that was a great goal. They have got their heads up at the moment, Drouin. So Morwell, you need to start getting defensive here.
We're only halfway mark of this first quarter, and Drouin 5-1-31, leading Morwell 4 behind 4 points. That's on the LB Forklift scoreboard.
So back to the middle. The Hawks again are winning the footy. What do you do, Boxer? Wack's clearly winning the hit-outs. Paul Carter will get to those in a moment. We go again, and Wack got his hand on it. Goes out to the back. This time underground handball, nicely done by Jacobson to Bailey. Goes towards McDonald. Nice little spoil there by Salter. And he's got some toe across half back. He looks for the boundary line. He kicks it. And the umpire surely will say deliberate.
No, throw in.
Well, I don't know which way he was going, so we've got a boundary throw in. 15.5 minutes gone. The margin sits at 27 points for the Hawks. We know they can play some good football. It's whether they can put it together for 4 quarters. As this ball gets thrown back in, 10 metres towards Drouin's goal as an errant throw-in. The umpire let it go. There'll be a free kick going towards the Hawks out there.
No,
he's called my ball.
Morwell need to go one-on-one now for a little bit. For the next 3 or 4 minutes, they need to go one-on-one.
So Wack clearly again knocked it down. Riley Lopez without the back, got it out handball to Brown. His handball goes forward to Walsh. They're under a little bit of pressure. They went backwards to Weatherall. He's under enormous pressure. They've swapped him. And they've set over the shoulder. Free kick to Taylor Weatherall. Half-back flank for the Tigers. They trail by 27 points. Chip kick over the top, falls at the toes of Walsh. They quickly close. Here's that man that we were talking about before, Noah Jarrett. They go backwards. Here's Grant. He's under all sorts of pressure. Great work by the Drouin forwards. They try and work it out. They've got it now, Hadou Drouin. They kick it high to the top of the square. It's 1-on-1. Clayton Kingy and blew it. Good work by Brown. Super done. And he's done well. He gave a handle to McAuliffe, but his kick, poor. It's going to be turned over. Callaway will be there. Grabs it, goes backwards by hand to Atkins. They've called it a throw.
Unlucky.
Free kick goes to Whack. Half-back flank. Kicks down towards the wing area. Nobler presents and will mark.
He does too. Nobler in front of our TRFM commentary position. It's Gippsland live at its best. Nobler kicks inside forward 50. Got a couple of options. Just need one winner. At the fall of the ball is James Jacobson. Picks it up. Open goal. Yes, sirree. He does what they've been wanting to do for the first 17 minutes of this first quarter. And Vets get one through the big sticks.
Yeah, it was well done by Noblet too. Just that lead-up hit. Again, Tyler Brown, how good his day's going this afternoon. He's had a lot of the ball down back and just trying to repel what Drouin is throwing in. But a good lead-up there by Noblet. The quick kick in. It was a great contest there by B-Mac McDonald. And then you had Jacobson swoop on it and got the goal beautifully on that angle.
That first goal for Moores come at the 18-minute mark of this first quarter. They're 1-4-10 on the LB Faulkner scoreboard, trailing Drouin over 5-1-31.
I'll quickly go around the grounds. Thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture, Gippsland, and it's the Giants. They lead by 6 points over the Lions, and the Cats have a healthy 23-point lead over the Crows.
So Whack again, this time doing ruck duties against Sam Pratt. McAuliffe got one as he grabbed it and quickly tackled by Bethune. So interesting, both Tigers and Drouin are both now playing, well, they're both ruckmen, as extra midfielders. So Pratt does the ruck duties. Again, Whack got a handle on it. And then the free kick being paid by the 50 metres away, that umpire. It's going to go in the middle of the ground. I think it might be Harry Wands. And Wands chips towards half forward on a strong searching lead. Nicely done. Lands in the hand of Hancock. He turns around and chisels. But Tyler Brown, he's the sole contender of the Gippsland Isuzu player of the day at the moment for the Tigers. He took the mark. He dribbled one along the ground to Brandon McAuliffe. He's able to run, though, and have a bounce. Quickly gets a handball to Whack. He's got no options, and he faked the handball nicely. Then got it one-on-one inside forward 50. A free kick will be paid to Brandon McDonald.
Yeah, I think he paid the mark.
He's paid the mark.
So Brandon McDonald didn't mark it, but it was paid the mark.
Very lucky.
And he's going to have a shot from about 49, make it all of 50 metres. Good run by Whack and also McAuliffe there, Boxer.
Yeah, it was fantastic work again, and you called it with Tyler Brown. He's repelling off that half-back line has been fantastic today.
8 disposals to Brown.
So Brandon McDonald comes in, puts it on its way and hits the upright. 19.5-minute mark. First quarter.
Both have 6 scoring shots, both sides, but it's the one that's Drouin that's capitalising every time they come inside 50.
So Jordan Kingy to bring the ball back, goes straight down the corridor. No, changes his mind at the last minute, comes grandstand side, goes short boundary side. They do that well, actually, Drouin, coming out of their defence. Caleb Hermanson is a player still inside defensive 50 that looks forward and considers his options. Out the back, the big fly, the grab, the play on was called. The player for Drouin was Tim Hancock. He couldn't take it in. He's been pretty busy, this player too, and I speak of McDonald Cody type, inside the corridor, 20 metres from Morwell's goal.
Oh, well done.
A nice piece of play by the big fella for Morwell in Tyler Brown, who had an opportunity to kick for goal. In fact, it was James Jacobson, I reckon, and the ball comes out of defensive 50, but Musil cuts it off at the pass. He feeds it off and they find a man. Sam Welsh finds Laprise, or Laprise, as my comments man Nick Latino likes to call him. Laprise. He's on the end of it.
I can't believe you've gone away from the family pronunciation. They've told us strictly. Riley Lopez will come in directly in front, Pop.
He will. From 50, he'll kick. 49 off the boot. Looks okay. It's going to fall short. Maybe there's some wind out there that we haven't considered favouring Drouin's end. I can't sort of pick it, but that ball seemed to hang in the air a bit, and the ball now is being fought for by 3 or 4 players from both clubs, and there'll be a ball up just metres from Morwell's goals. Drouin 5-1-31, Morwell 1-5-11, 21 minutes gone.
Big moments thanks to Morwell Bowling Club. Paula Cowley tried to grab it out of the ruck, and now it squeezes down towards McDonald. He'll snap around his body. It goes straight up and down. They're going to rush it through in the end, although kicked off the ground. Jacobson might have this one. They've called it touched. It was on the last line of defence. They did well, the Hawks, but it was touched in the end.
And taking them all to 1 goal, 6-12 on the LB Faulkner scoreboard. Drouin 5-1-31.
So Drouin come grandstand side. Sorry, Scud got excited and the ball went to the boundary as Reece Salter kick off the boot, went searching for his teammate in Seth Kelway. Couldn't find that player. So right half forward flank, Morwell into attack. Drouin trying to keep them at arm's length. The visiting Hawks have been good in the opening 21 3/4 minutes of this quarter. They lead by 19 points. Sam Pratt, the player for Drouin, who finds it Dan Musil at ground level. Now a free kick's going to be paid. It's going to be Aidan Quirk. left half-back flank. Looks through the corridor. Short kick, risky kick. Play on's the call, and he's caught ball and all, but they've got the numbers around the ball. They've done it well. Reece Salter eases the pressure, comes towards the outer side of the ground, looking for and finding Zane Atkins.
Runs to the wing, goes inboard, nicely done in the end. Harry Wands takes it, he can quickly play on. Over the top it goes to Marshall. He's too far out to score, but he's got on a searching lead, Tim Hancock.
Wow.
And he marks on his chest. Now the big thing here is Tim Hancock's played back in the first 8 rounds. His teamwork does well, goes inboard to Clayton Kingy, and he'll have a shot on goal. So Hancock's been a defender.
He's been tremendous today.
And he's been great down back all year for the Hawks. He goes forward today and he's had a really big impact for Gippsland Isuzu Ute this afternoon.
It's like he's playing a lead-up half forward, but he's playing behind the ball as well. Then we find him inside 50. So his leadership's been fantastic so far today.
So Drouin lead by 19 points. Clayton Kingy comes in, leans back on it, likes it off the boot and puts it over the goal umpire's head. They get the margin back out to 25. Boxer.
A 6-goal quarter to Drouin. Who would have thought right now that Drouin was going to come out and do this too? Even when we saw him run out, we thought they looked a little bit light on. They didn't look like they had enough height there to match Morwell. Who needs the height? They've got the run, they've got the skill. Morwell just have to tighten this run right up now.
And it's a 25-point lead to Drouin on the Ellery Forklift scoreboard. 23.5-minute mark the first quarter. Drouin 6-1-37, leading Morwell 1-6-12.
Okay, back in the centre of Morwell's home ground, Charlie Bethune for the visiting side. Doing it tough against Wack, but it's not really punishing the visitors. Wack gets another tap. Can't find a teammate for around about the fifth or sixth time at quarter time. Paul Carter will give us an indication as to how these sides are going at stoppages, considering that Morwell are absolutely winning clearly in the ruck. The ball towards the right half-back flank, and it's Shiv who's come back onto the ground for the Drouin side and kicks along the line. Can he find a teammate? He can't. The battle's on at ground level. Musel's one of those players fighting hard at right half-forward flank for Drouin, and the umpire will come in and ball this one up.
Morwell are just chasing tail at the moment because their defensive side of their game is non-existent.
Bethune took the ruck duties. Drouin get it forward by a quick kick towards Hancock. Close to the boundary line, top of the 50 attacking side for the Hawks. They lead by 25 points in the first quarter. The action here on Gippsland Live on Terra FM for the first quarter is brought to you by LV Forklifts. Make sure you see Rob, Richard and the team. 33 Stratton Drive, forklifts, scissor lifts and excavators and more. And Bailey from that stoppage got a boot to ball. Got it out to wing area. Burden had to bend over and pick it up in front of Regan Hodge, and we'll have a boundary throw in far side.
Good bloke, Robbie Musto. Caught up with him a few weeks ago.
A very good fella.
From my parents.
Yeah, he's a great man.
Yeah, he is. Used to be a decent sort of player too.
Well, it's a good name. He's got a couple of good sons that go all right too, don't they, in other leagues. Mitch, of course, previously played at Traralgon, and a good name. As from this stoppage back here, the Morwell Rec Reserve, Tyler Brown saw it go over for a boundary throw-in.
Paul Carter, I just wanted to know what the inside 50s were both ways.
11 each.
There you go.
7 scoring shots each.
All thanks to Gippsland Isuzu Ute. Key stats this afternoon. Box Lucchino with you in the commentary box for special comments for Carpet Country.
Musel gets the tap down, beats Bethune to it. Of all the people he found, Musel, he gave it to Wack. Musel gets it back, handballs to the advantage. He hosts McDonald. He overruns it, as they're tending to do under pressure. They're in a spot of bother. Mitchell dished it up.
Backwards.
And now Morwell's got their chance, but you know what? They're not making the most of their opportunities, as Drouin's Josh Shiv again gets on the end of it. He gives it up. They go inside forward 50 for another opportunity for Morwell. They just can't do anything with it. James Jacobson with a boundary to his left goes inboard. Brandon McDonald tries to lend a hand, but Drouin, as they've done nicely, eased the pressure with weight and numbers around the ball. Overrunning it on that occasion was Dan Klebney, and now Morwell, as a consequence of that spillage, will find themselves with the opportunity to go forward through Tristan Wack. Can't find a winner inside forward 50. They're 30 metres from their goals, the Morwell side. They're trailing 1-6-12 to Drouin 6-1-37. 26 and a half minutes gone first quarter.
They look a little bit one-dimensional too at the moment, More. They seem to be looking for McDonald quite a bit. They may have to look at different avenues at the minute.
Poor Carly got a fist on it, but it landed straight in the hands of Collins, who just barreled it back out, and Sam Walsh takes the mark. The defender who's rolled up to half forward for the Tigers. Crowded forward line. Can he find a target? No. They fall in front. Poor Carly did well. The free kick will go in the way of Wands.
You know, maybe a Ryan Hearn to the goal square, or just something as a different avenue for the Tigers is what they right need at the moment.
So Wands has it in his defensive 50. Oh, he's going to turn it over because Noblet will pick it off. His target was quirked. He couldn't get there.
Hearn should be the target now, top of the square.
Noblet goes in that direction. Can Hearn fly? He's 4 deep. The siren beats them all. Poor Kelly got on the end of it, but the siren went. Well, and it's been a tale of the tape because Morwell won 6-12 and Drouin a 6 goals won. And skill errors cost the Tigers. Ball movement has been a rewarding effort for the Hawks. They lead it at quarter time by 25 points. And you're listening to Gippsland Live, thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland.
For family medical care, visit Sale Medical Centre. Find them at 73 Pearson Street, Sale, in the blue and white building next to Todd's Chiropractors. Sale Medical has 5 doctors on site, as well as allied health specialists, forming a team of qualified healthcare providers, supported by caring practice nurses and friendly administration staff. Sale Medical Centre also has bulk billing available to children under 16 and concession card holders. For more info, visit salemedical.com.au or call 5144 5766.
Meet the all-new Cricket Explore 3 and Maker 3 cutting machines, now at Harvey Norman. Dream machines that make all your DIY, crafting and organisation projects possible. Now smarter and faster than ever. Cut up to 300 plus materials from the most delicate fabric to tough mat board. With Cricket Smart Materials, make single cuts up to 3.6 metres long. Cricket Maker 3 and Explore 3 are set to put a whole new world of creative possibilities at your fingertips. The new cricket range, now at Harvey Norman. G'day, can I help you?
Yes, I hope so. I'm digging a trench in our backyard, so I need one of those machines that goes cook.
Oh, you need an excavator.
Excavator, right, if you say so. And then to flatten out the dirt, I was thinking one of them doon thingabobbers.
That'd be a whacker plate.
We know which piece of equipment you need for the project, even if you don't. We hire them too. Mini loaders, drum rollers, tipper trailers and more. See you soon. Gippsland, Wacker, Royston and Latrobe Valley Forklifts. Visit lvforklifts.com.au.
Traralgon Football Netball Club, along with P&D Rigging and Crane Hire, invite you to their clash against Sale this Saturday at the Traralgon Rec Reserve. All the football and netball action begins at 9 a.m, with A-grade netball at 2:15 and the seniors kicking off at 2:20 p.m. After the games, you're invited to the social rooms for some post-game entertainment. See the Mighty Maroons take on Sale this Saturday at the Traralgon Rec Reserve. Along with P&D Rigging and Crane Hire, this Saturday's game partners, 40 Winks and TRFM.
Tyre Power Store White Super Sale gives you the power to save on a huge range of big brands, like Vittura tyres. Right now at Tyre Power, you get the power to get 20% off on a huge range of Vittura tyres. That's 20% off when you buy a set of 4 Vittura passenger car and SUV tyres. But only at Tyre Power. Tyre Power Store White Super Sale is now on. Visit tyrepower.com.au or call 13 21 91 for your local owner-operator.
Looking to build in Traralgon? I'm Lee McDonald, your local new homes consultant at Boutique Homes. We've secured exclusive land with a variety of stunning home designs and unique facades. I'm here to help you find a design to suit your lifestyle in a fixed price package. Let's chat. Visit boutiquehomes.com.au.
Zambero's new Big Burrito is so big, it'll crush any hunger. Loaded with double filling and double rice, it's sure to leave you satisfied. Head down to Zambero Traralgon today. Available for a limited time only. Zambero. Feel good next. Hear that? That's the beautiful sound of the Morwell Bowling Club Bistro. The perfect atmosphere for a post-win feed or a sorrow-drowning loss. Especially because Saturday is Pot and Parma night. Choose from the selection of yummy Parma toppings. Only $20 every Saturday from 5:30 p.m. Includes a pot of beer, soft drink or a glass of wine. To make a booking, phone the club on 5134 3449. 52 Hazelwood Road, Morwell. Visit the website morwellbowls.com.au for other specials during the week.
Now, a look at the quarter highlights. Gippsland Live on TRFM.
There's a Clayton King. Comes in, a deliberate sort of approach, do a bit of a skip, and then a right foot kick, and he puts it through the middle, and that's the way that the Drouin Hawks like to get things going. And he's got this quickly played on, and he put it through Jared Marshall for another goal for Drouin. The umpire waits, and you betcha, Jared Marshall's got another one, and Drouin have got 3. They capitalise, and they make their opportunities count in the forward 50.
I speak of Tim Hancock.
Oh,
Get to the end of it again, and here they go. Another chance inside forward 50 for Kai Kirk. Long shot.
Do not tell me! Do
I'll tell you, he's kicked another one. He's kicked another one, Kai Kirk, and he put his hand up as a contender for the Zambrero goal of the day. Got a couple of options, just need one winner. At the fall of the ball is James Jacobson. Picks it up, open goal! Yes, sirree! He does what they've been wanting to do for the first 17 minutes of this first quarter, and Vets get one through the big sticks.
Yeah.
Gippsland Live on TRFM.
Welcome back. It is quarter time, and Drouin, well, they've jumped out of the blocks. 6 goals, 1, 37 at quarter time. Lead the Tigers 1 goal, 6-12, 25-point margin. We've had a send-off in the first quarter as well. Both players taking a 15-minute spell on the pine. And we'll go to the key stats in that first quarter, all thanks to Gippsland Ozuzi, the new D-Max, born to live and born to tow. Here's Paul Carter.
Well, they're fairly even in the stats everywhere except the scoreboard. Inside 50s, Morwell lead that 14-11. Clearances were 7 apiece. Centre clearances 3-4 Drouin's way. Free kicks 5-4 Morwell's way. Marks about 20 apiece. Marks inside 50. That's a lot in one quarter. 9 marks inside 50 to Morwell and 5 to Drouin. However, the scores and set shots for Morwell, 2 behinds and 1 out in the full. Drouin scores and set shots, 4 goals straight. Overall scores, Morwell 5 behinds from turnovers and 1-1 from stoppages. Drouin 4-1 from turnovers and 2 goals from stoppages. The Morwell ruckman, Musil and Wack have combined for 16 to hit outs, 11 to Wack, 5 to Musil, up against 1 to Charlie Bethune. Main stat winner for Morwell was 9 disposals to Tyler Brown. Boyd Bailey 7, 6 to Dan Musil, 5 to Cody McDonald, 6 to James Jacobson. For the Drouin team, Jared Marshall 6, 5 each to Harry Wands and Aidan Quirk and Reece Salter.
Boxer, you could hear Coach Dennis Knight at quarter time for the Tigers, absolutely giving it to his troops.
Yeah, he sounded pretty frustrated and disappointed in his troops, and that's the first time I've actually heard him that loud, and we're pretty far away from him as well too.
Well, second quarter's underway, Pop.
It is indeed. Musil gets the tap, and guess what? Finds a teammate. That's been unusual. McAuliffe was the teammate. He went inside forward 50. Guess what? He too found a teammate in Brandon McDonald, who now has an opportunity to do what Drouin did in the first minute of the first quarter, and that's convert through the big sticks. That's S-T-I-C-K-S, sticks. Brandon McDonald from 45, off the boot, looks okay. No, just gone right of the goals.
Well, it was a good start from the Tigers. McAuliffe in the middle of the ground, but this has been their problem. They need to capitalise inside forward 50 as Kingy brings it in and found Pratt on the far side of the ground, who's able to roll away and kick towards the wing, and going up nicely, Seth Calway. He handballed backwards, although they're going to say a free kick to the Tigers, and Cody McDonald will be the recipient on the wing. As McDonald looks towards Noblet, who presents and leads, comes the other way nicely with Shiv. Got a handle on it, although the Tigers still have this one. It's in the hands of Brad Brereton. His kick goes high, top of the square. It goes close to the boundary line. They spoil. McDonald's there. The handball's inboard to a dangerous spot. Bailey will snap with his left, and there's Zambrero, goal of the day contender as well. 1 minute 22 into the second quarter. Boyd Bailey.
Just what they needed, the Tigers. It was a good start, and maybe that little bit of a rev up from Coach Dennis might have given the boys a little bit more spark, because they look a lot more lively. We've only been playing a minute and a half, but it's some good signs already, and Hearn is in the goal square now too, so they have changed a few things up for the Tigers, so that was a good start.
And on the Carver Country scoreboard, we've played 1 minute, and it's been the margin back down to 18 points in Drouin's favour. They're 6-1-37. Drouin now 2-7-19.
I reckon from memory, a lot of goals were kicked left of the commentary box or the clubhouse end a few weeks ago, and certainly 7 of the 8 goals kicked at this point of
no breeze, though, Poppy. No breeze.
No, it's surprising too, because there doesn't appear to be, but there's a favourite end for some reason. Musil gets the tap down. Can't find a teammate this time. Josh Shiv, who's been busy, despite the fact he spent some time on the bench. Talk about that at the half-time. And now Morwell through Cody McDonald. Handball off, and they find themselves around about the half-forward flank through Brereton. Gets a handball off, and they come inboard. This could be dangerous for Drouin. On the end of it, he's going to be Morwell Sam Walsh, who kicks to the top of the square. Can't find a teammate. Back of the pack, Drouin have got the numbers, but only momentarily, because the black and yellow Pies are starting to close in quickly. Can they get a handle on it? They can. They give Grant to try to keep possession. They can't. It spills out. The race is on. And at the end of the chain of handballs was McAuliffe, who really couldn't get a handle on it under pressure as a consequence of the pressure from Jared Marshall. And there'll be a ball up 40 metres out from the Tigers' goals.
Cora Kelly just tried to grab it out of the ruck, squeezed a handball out to a dangerous spot. Bailey comes in to close. Jacobson's been good early. Handball's over his shoulder. Noblet will snap around the body. And there's your Zambrero goal of the day for sure. Nathan Noblet's got 2.
Yeah, it's a great goal there by Nobby, and it was a great little setup there by the Tigers too. One thing that I really do like is they're just to attack at the ball inside 50 at the minute. It's only early stages, but some really good signs there too. And having Hearn down deep in their goal square just gives it a different avenue. Ball comes to ground. It's players like Noblet and McDonald who will really reap the benefits of that.
And the margin back to 12 points, and we're at the 3-minute mark of this second quarter. The Carpet Country scoreboard, Morwell now 3-7-25, trailing Drouin 6-1-37.
So an old-fashioned shellacking at quarter time from coach to players at this stage has worked wonders. 2 early goals in the opening 3.5 minutes of this second quarter. Wack now feeds it off. This time can he find Cody McDonald? He can. He overruns it though, opens the door, and a good pick up too by Quirk. Kick towards goals. Goes off the side of the boot towards the right forward pocket. Race is on. Players, can they avoid the boundary? They can. Nicely done it was too by Boyd Bailey. A handball over the top. McDonald. Cody Todd's going to get a handball off, but he overcooked it a little bit, and now on the end of it for Drouin is going to be Noah Jarrett. He's taken ball and all towards the boundary. The umpire's going to have to come in, surely, yes. And just outside the forward 50 for Drouin with the boundary just a metre away. We'll ball this one up. Morwell 3-7, Drouin 6-1, 4.5 minutes gone, second quarter.
And Musil grabs it out of the ruck, then dropped it. The umpire said play on. Good work by Quirk. This is Kai Quirk. Tried to handball off to Aidan Quirk, his brother. Just left it behind. Wack quickly came in, and then one of the Quirk boys, I think it's Kai, who wrapped him up in a strong tackle. Tyler Brown's been great boxer, hasn't he, across that half-back line?
Sensational. He's just got great poise as well. Yep. He uses the ball well.
So again, Bethune and Musil. We'll give it to Musil, but Bethune got a handball out forward of the pack. It goes to Klebney. Kick around his body was partially smothered. Makepeace took on the tackler there of Marshall. Lets it go. It's in a dangerous spot. Back there is Jared. Now quick kick by Marek as across the face of goal for Drouin, and it goes out of bounds on the full.
Scud, looks like young Jared for Drouin's spent a fair bit of money on some hair product during the week, but he's got the two-tone peroxide in his hair.
I'm not sure how you have
mullet,
blonde and white in your hair.
Yeah, well, he's had a fair go at it.
Well, Walsh chipped it in over the top to Taylor Weatherall. He kicks down the line towards Knobs at the target. Goes over his head though. Salter was able to spoil it. He could have nearly marked in the end, but we've got a boundary throw in. 80 metres around from Drouin's goal. The margin sits at 12 points.
Scud, just quickly around the grounds, thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture, Gippsland, Traralgon, they are trailing Sale by 2 points. Warrigal are trailing Maffra by 13 points.
All right, left half forward flank, Drouin into attack, and they aren't able to burst through that forward 50. A quick kick forward by Tyler Brown. He's been busy for the first 35 minutes of this game. He'll need to be busy for the next 55 too, because game on it is. The home side trailing by 2 straight kicks. They've had 10 opportunities at goal and only converted 3. So let's see if they can't edge a bit closer. Wack gets a tap, can't find a teammate. Drouin around the corner from Shiv. Goes towards the left half foot float, tank and high. Free kick, Brandon McAuliffe will ease the pressure for the Tigers.
Comes inboard, he's got Carlson all in his own in the middle ground. Hits him in stride, 80 metres, lowers the eyes and chisels one, hits him on the target. On the lead is Brandon McDonald. Takes the mark and he's 45 degree out the margin. Sits at 12 currently. But the Tigers have been impressive in the first 6 minutes of play. Boxer?
He times his leads really well, Brandon McDonald, too. So he just gets that little bit of gap between him and his player, and now he needs to convert.
He's had a couple of sighters, and now, after missing a few early ones, he puts that one through the middle. And the Tigers, they're full of running. They've got 3 in a row in this second quarter.
And he continues on with PC's goal every game so far. So BMAC gets his first goal of the afternoon. He continues on his merry way there, but good lead up forward play there by Brandon McDonald, but was great play there by the midfield of Morwell to move the ball real quick inside 50, and that's how you do it every day of the week.
And just one straight kick separating the team at the moment. I mean one straight kick. 6-1-37 Drouin on the Carpet Country scoreboard. Morwell 4-7-31.
Wack gets the tap. Can he find a teammate? He can, but that teammate's been found by 2 or 3 Drouin players. Brandon McAuliffe was the player who was on the end of the Wack tap. And Wack will go take 2, get another tap. No, beaten to it on this occasion by Bethune. Ground level, nicely done. Off they go. It's Archie Grant finds a teammate. Well, it handballs to the advantage. Some good pace by both players. Cohen Campbell was run down. You won't see that too often, but you did right then. Nice work by Drouin, and they're under pressure, the Morwell side. All of a sudden, Drouin sense that the occasion needs something special, and the player with the ball at the moment, Josh Shiv, gives ground, keeps possession towards the half, or in fact towards the centre wing position, grandstand side, and fighting hard at ground level. And eventually winning the ball too was
Archie Grant.
Archie Grant kicks around the ball, kicks the ball around the body, and he does it nicely. Morwell are into attack. They got some numbers, but Drouin are equal to the task at this stage. Free kick behind plays being paid. Cody McDonald's a player, plays on quickly. The kick not great. Fortuitously falls in the arms of Noblet, who'll kick and attempt to put the Tigers dead set even with this visiting Drouin side, who appear at the moment to have stopped in the 8 minutes of this second quarter.
Just to let you know as well, Poppy, that Archie Grant has changed his jumper number to 24.
Thank you.
That's why you're confused. Fraction concerned, yep. As Nathan Noblet directly in front will come in from about 45 metres he'll kick from. He crosses the 50, left foot shot, and it goes away across the face of goal. He's just tugged it, and it's a minor score.
And that brings them inside a goal. It's 5-point margin in Drouin's favour at the 9-minute mark of the second quarter. The Carpet Country scoreboard reading Drouin 6-1-37, Morwell now 4-8-32.
So Jordan Kingy, who's been very good at bringing this ball in and finding a teammate. You'll notice there's no or very few players inside defensive 50. Some set plays they're working with have worked early in this game. Can they work again? They go towards the outer side, and they've worked it well. Nicely done. Tim Hancock's on the end of it. From outside defensive 50, he's got Clayton Kingy. So there's been only one player in between the two Kingies, and now they're threatening their forward 50 on the end of it. Nicely done. A tap off the ground it was by Jared to the advantage he hoped of a teammate. It wasn't, because Morwell have all of a sudden got a few Tigers around the ball, and they're running it out of defensive 50, or they were attempting to run it out of forward defensive 50. Brown eventually was one of the few players that assisted them to find some space, and a beautiful kick towards the corner was dropped, and now take 2. They've got some room now to move, and on the end of this one is going to be Jacobson. Handballs it off to Wack. Can they find a winner 20 metres out? They can't. Noblet comes in, runs over the ball. Stolen, and now Jacobson's going to be the player, or Brandon McDonald. It's going to be Brandon McDonald who gets the Tigers in front. Can you believe it? The game was dead and buried at quarter time, and the Tigers have come back to life.
You know, it's the good old spray. And, you know, Dennis Knight's probably one of those coaches that doesn't berate players very often, and I think when he does, he wakes up the souls of the players, because they know that he's fair income, and he was pretty irate there at quarter time too. One thing about Brandon McDonald, he loves the goals, so you know that when he gets the ball in his hand, he's going to give every opportunity to get these Tigers in front, and he's done it again this quarter. That's his second goal for the quarter.
Well, it'll certainly be one spray that he won't have to apologise for, that's for sure anyway, unlike the North Melbourne coach. 1 point lead to Morwell at the 11-minute mark of the second quarter. Carpet Country scoreboard, the Tigers 5-8-38, Drouin 6-1-37.
Great, just quickly, a great little handball by Brad Bird as well, set that goal up.
Was it? Yeah, I picked it up. It was a neat little handball with traffic, wasn't it?
Sure was. We'll get to around the ground scores in a moment. Boxer is back to the middle of the ground. Wack got high, and, well, he got a handle on it, but Bethune did well. In there was Quirk, and Quirk's been thrown all around the ground this afternoon. That's Kai I talk of as well. As we've got a secondary stoppage. 11 minutes into this quarter, as we said, the Tigers have banged on 4 goals, and they now lead it as they trail by 25 points at quarter time. Tyler Brown off the back of this stoppage. No, not going anywhere. Boxer, over to you.
Quarter time scores in the mid-Gippy. MDU are 4-point leaders over Newborough. Foster, big leaders over Stony Creek by 18 points. It's a draw against Tarwin and Morwell, at least 20 apiece. Fish Creek trail Ballara by 6 points, and Hill End are big leaders against Thorpe.
Well, free kick goes towards Tyler Brown. He'll get 50-metre penalty as well. The man on the mark will be at about the top of the 50, and Wack just looks to be hobbling a little bit from that contest. As Tyler Brown looks up,
Plenty of
forwards.
movement.
Yeah, there
Plenty of
is.
movement. There's a spare man there, I thought.
Well, it was one of those. He's too far out, you'd think. But he runs around. He gets to 51 and he hooks it. It's going to go to the last side. Noblet, is it in the field of play? No, the umpire said it's over. It's a minus score on your Cup and Country scoreboard.
5-9-39 Morwell, leading Drouin at 6-1-37.
Big moments are brought to you by by Morwell Bowling Club this afternoon. Pot and Palmer night every Saturday night from 5:30. Only $20 tonight.
Kingy brings the ball back into play, as he's done for most of the day. Finds a teammate. Again, Tim Hancock goes along the line. On the last occasion, Kingy got on the end of it. Guess what? Kingy gets on the end of it again, but he hasn't got the room to move. He had a moment ago, and Morwell are starting to close down all the avenues for the Drouin side to go forward and, in fact, make the most of their opportunities. They've turned a deficit of nearly 5 goals into a lead of 2 points. Kai Kirk is one of the players around the ball at the moment. It spills inside forward 50. I reckon he may overrun it. He did, and Morwell now inside forward 50, feed it off. A quick kick forward. Can they find? They can. Noblet, nicely done by Lachlan McDonald. A short kick to the leading Noblet, who's been presenting very well for most of this game, will get an opportunity. The right footer will kick from the wrong side of the ground, if you know what I mean, because he's got the boundary to his right side and only a metre to his right side. So unlike they do at the next level, he won't kick around the body. He will kick straight at goal with his left leg. He obviously can kick both feet, or I didn't know that he was a left footer. I reckon we might go with the second option. McDonald's kick for goal was just offline and got a point.
Morwell now leading by 3 points. They have 5-10-40 on the Carpet Country scoreboard. Drouin 6-1-37.
So Drouin bring it back into the field of play. Harry Wanzer's been okay for him. Chips it out wide. Finds a teammate who comes inboard to Clayton Kingy. It's slow, but it needs to be. They need to take the tempo out of this game, because they trail by 3 points at the moment. Kingy, does he find a target? No, he'll turn it over. There should be a free kick there.
I would have thought.
It wasn't paid. He got hacked down by one arm, and that was Walsh we're talking about. No free kick, ball up, far side of the ground. Bethune will take the ruck duties. Musil, though, got his hand on it. Wack put a strong tackle on Hancock. And we'll have another ball up. So again, Musil and Bethune. Musil again comes to ground level. Working hard was Quirk it there as well. Riley Lopez was at ground level trying to get a handball out. Musil also putting in a strong tackle. We got another stoppage, top of the 50. And we're in the second quarter of Gippsland Live. Great to have your company on a beautiful Saturday afternoon that it is. 15 and a half minutes into this second quarter. Working it out there nicely was Aidan Quirk, who kicks to the wing area, but it's going to come back as Walsh takes the uncontested mark for the Tigers.
So the outer side wing, true position, the outer side wing at the moment. Morwell up by 3 points. 15 minutes gone. He goes along the line. Can he find Musil? That was a target. Musil got hands to it, couldn't rip it down. The pressure around him was a little bit too much. The umpire will take control. Right half forward flank. Morwell kicking to the left of your radio. The clubhouse end, the city end. And
Legends Bar end.
Legends Bar end. There's plenty of legends that have come out of this club, that's for sure.
Thank you.
Scott, you were one of them. What about you, Nick? Were you one of them as well?
No, he had many clubs, but this wasn't one of them.
No, the fee was too high. And they did a quick calculation on expected return on money.
And was going to lose.
And found that if they went without him, they could build a new clubhouse and win premierships. There's Drouin go forward now. Nicely done too. Hancock outside 50. Oh,
well done.
Kingy tried to get rid of his direct opponent, couldn't. So now Morwell will ease the pressure, and they'll do it through James Jacobson, who was forward early, and now he goes through Cody McDonald in front of our TRFM commentary position. Noblet continues to back himself in with presenting that kick poor. Oh, the mark was spilt, but enough opportunity to clear the area for Drouin and find a teammate in front of our commentary position. A mark was taken by Campbell Jolly, and he would be happy with that too.
He goes inboard, finds Aidan Quirk right in the middle of the ground. They can square it up further if they want to, and now they do. And it lands in the hand of Bethune, who can get it out wide towards Kai Quirk. His little neat kick to Clayton Kingy. They're outside 50 though. You'd think that he might be a little bit too far out to score. He puts it, no. We're going to have a 50-metre penalty.
Oh my goodness.
As they're saying, I think the Tigers are saying one umpire called play on, the other one said no, I didn't. It doesn't matter in the end because it'll be a 50-metre penalty. Clayton Kingy will go back and will chip it over the top from point-blank range, and it's just what they needed to get the score back. And they take the lead now at the 17-minute mark of this second quarter, Box.
Yeah, it's just that skill error by Noblet then too. He ruined that kick that came in. It was nearly came off for him too, but they hurt him back on the turnover, and Drouin just got that much-needed goal they needed this quarter as well, just to hold off Morwell, albeit by only 3 points.
And Drouin take that lead back. We've played 18 minutes into the second quarter. The Carpet Country scoreboard, Drouin 7-1-43, leading Morwell 5-10-40.
Clayton Kingy has 3 goals for the afternoon now after kicking that one. And exactly as Boxer said, they certainly needed that at the 18-minute mark of this second quarter. So Musil and Bethune in the middle of the ground of the 2 ruckmen. And this time again, Musil taps it to that hit zone. But reading it nicely there was Shiv, who threw the football after he gathered it and gave it to Lopez as a free kick. He wheels and goes, plays on. The target is Brandon McDonald. He can elevate and mark, can't quite get on the second mode, but he got pushed or shoved or over the shoulder, chopping of the arms, whatever it was, Boxer.
Over the shoulder. Yeah,
free kick.
Over the shoulder. That's the beauty about playing in front. He contests really well, Brandon McDonald, as well, so he just needs to convert this one. He's third for the quarter. Be a great effort if he can finish it off.
Big moment, Morwell Bowling Club. Brandon McDonald comes in, lights it off the boot. He's already celebrating. Now it goes through. And now the goal umpire says all clear.
It's one of those things there too, Scud. I've just watched Noblet and now McDonald. They just seem to be kicking under the ball and they're just not giving it enough space between them and the man on the mark just to give enough penetration through so they can get more lift on that ball. But anyway, it was a great finish and he's third for the quarter.
And it's taken Morwell back into the lead. So it's third lead change this quarter. 3-point lead to Morwell at the 19-minute mark of the second quarter. Carpet Country scoreboard, Morwell 6-10-46 and Drouin are 7-1-43.
Centre break's important. Game in the balance. Musil gets the tap, can't find a teammate. Oh, gee, trying quick hands, but not finishing it off as LaPrez. Can he find a teammate? He can't. The umpire will come in and there'll be a ball up, left half forward flank. Morwell into attack. So the ball spilled out from that centre bounce, about 20 metres Morwell's direction. Musil gets a tap, nicely done too, finds LaPrez. LaPrez kicks to within 20, 25 maybe.
Here he goes
nicely
again.
Taken, quick kick around the body by, don't tell me he's done it. Number 4 1/4, he's on fire, he's red hot. Brandon McDonald, I tell you what, if the Zambrero goal of the day was because of the numbers, he'd be leading.
Box up.
Wow.
He loves the celebration, doesn't he? He loves the old celebration beat. So you know exactly when he's got it. I did turn the mic off so I could cough, Darryl. I just didn't turn it back on. But a great goal. 4 for the quarter is a magnificent effort.
And it's a 9-point lead to the Tigers at the 20-minute mark of the second quarter. They are 7-10-52, Drouin 7-1-43.
One job.
Yeah.
We're going to quarter time score, Boxer.
Quarter time score from Liam Gaffer. And get this one, Poppy. Liam Gaffer, 6-3-39 to Murray, just at 2 points.
Well, we've got a good game on our hands here. 9 points is the margin. Again, Musil got it down. McAuliffe's been busy in the middle of the ground. Right foot kick goes towards the top of the 50. Lachlan McDonald's his target, but Salter will take the mark coming the other way. As Reece Salter now finds his teammate in Ryan Marrick.
See what I started?
As Marrick, inside 45, kicks neat to Josh Shiv. And we've had it approved by the family that Josh Shiv is okay. Not quite his full name, but Shiv is what he's going with as he puts it towards half forward. All numbers favour the Tigers, and Max Linton, who's had a 12-minute, 15-minute spell on the pine for punching, is back on the ground. Gave it to Tyler Brown. He's been busy.
Noblet.
Beautiful kick to Noblet on the wing, who presents. Oh, the run was on. They didn't give it, which was good. As Noblet then kicks it to the second option. Ahern goes up, can't quite mark it. Working hard back with Joe Collins for the Hawks. He's at defensive 50, gives it to Jordan Kingy. He wants the inboard 45 kick, finds it, nicely done, and finds Seth Kelway.
It's about Drouin that they do like to use that corridor, don't they? They really do that punch 45 inside every opportunity they get.
So Kelway, again, exactly what you said, goes inboard to Aidan Quirk, went backwards to hand to Jordan Kingy. He's under pressure. He's coughed the handball up. They're into all sorts of trouble now is Aidan Quirk. He's going to fight. And he had 2 Tigers tackling him, and the umpire said ball up, so it's a good result by the Hawks. Margin sits 9 points, 22-minute mark of the second quarter.
Okay, Mutual gets the tap down, can't find a teammate. We've said that a few times today, but they are getting their hands on the ball. This time it's Aidan Quirk who kicks towards centre half forward for the visiting side. Mutual battles up nicely. This time he finds a teammate and he finds him beautifully too. Can't pick the player.
McAuliffe it was, but he's been pink-folding the ball.
Yeah, he's nicely tackled. I tell you what, he's been hurt in the tackle too. He's down on his haunches. Mutual's a player with the ball who'll need to give it back shortly. I reckon he may be winded, the player with the ball. Good tackle. Josh Shiv called him a lot today. He's come grandstand side. The kick too much height means that Noblet can contest it. Noblet wins it. Feeds off nicely to Zach Carlson. He runs himself into trouble. Noblet comes in to lend a hand. And finally, the umpire says, listen, you got no room to move. I'll take control and ball this one up.
Just fundamentals, isn't it? Just those little skill areas that are hurting more at the moment too.
So Bethune knocked it down, working hard as Marshall. He had a good first quarter. McAuliffe's still down in the middle of the ground too, Boxer.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on that.
Thank you. Dr. Nick Lacino.
Thank you.
As Musil and Bethune do ruck duties, Musil again, Riley Lopez tried to hit the pack at pace and wasn't going anywhere. I'll tell you what, Josh Shiv has been a good performer for the Hawks. He's working hard in the midfield. Again, Musil got a handle on it. Jacobson was a handball, just got picked off by Reece Solder. He took on one or two tacklers, got around those, gave a handball off. Now, well, I'll tell you what, Harry Wands just coughed it up to Wack, and then Wack got tackled by Kingy. And sorry, it was Bethune, and we'll have another stoppage.
The Tigers have just upped the pressure now, haven't they? You can see them hunting in numbers as well, which is a real good positive sign. They've just got to maintain this now.
Musil again, tapped it down. Wands may have got one over the shoulder. The umpire said, no, my ball.
15 hit-outs to Musil this quarter.
Well, they do it again, and Musil make it 16. Try to get it out towards Brown. Brereton with hands has been pretty good. Just missed Jacobson on that occasion. And Wands will want the boundary line, or in the end his teammate Shiv does. And we'll have a boundary throw in. About 70 metres around from the Tigers' goal. We're at the 24-minute mark of this first quarter. The Tigers have been on fire. Brandon McDonald's kicked 4 in the quarter, and they led it by 9 points after trailing by 25 at quarter time.
Musil contests the ruck. Didn't get a clear tap on the ball. He's been tackled, though, clearly. Just outside the forward 50. Grandstand side. Morwell's home ground. A big game this one, Morwell v Drouin. Morwell wanting to threaten the top 5, need a win. Drouin wanting to stay in touch, also need the win. Morwell have a win. The handball by Musil was an absolute shocker, but it fell in the arms of Carlson. Kicks to the top of the square. Roving, who's going to be the first player there? You'd expect it could be Brandon McDonald because he's been in everything this quarter. He's kicked 4, as you heard Scud tell you. The ball still inside the forward 50 for Morwell, but again, no clear pathway through, so the umpire will take control. 30 metres from Morwell's goals, 25 minutes gone of this second quarter. In the first quarter, Drouin had 6 and Morwell 1. In this quarter, Morwell have added 6 and Drouin 1. So as we speak, they're wanting to make it 7 Morwell, and they get their chance, do they? Yeah, dancing around nicely. The player was, I reckon it could have been Brad Brereton. Danced left, danced right. I tell you what, almost did the hokey pokey as well. He couldn't find a way out. Play on's the call. Advantage, top of the square. And I tell you what, he's done it again. Brandon McDonald, we were looking for him a few moments ago. He said, Poppy, here I am, right here. For goal number 5, you don't see this too often. 5 goals in a quarter.
I did it many times in my day.
You did too, Nick. And a shout out to St Vincent's under 13 side. Brandon McDonald now from 20 metres out, a tight angle off the boot.
He's got it.
Right, he's got 5. Puts up the high 5 and he gets the high 5 from all of his teammates. Brandon McDonald and Morwell are absolutely on fire.
I reckon Dad Steve will be absolutely fogging up that car at the moment if he's sitting in there, because he'll be so excited about his son kicking his 5th goal for the quarter. And this is what happens when you present. Okay, so he continues to present, plays in front. He's got high confidence now too, so a great combination there. 5 goals is a huge effort, as we talked about, in a quarter of footy.
Taking Morwell to a 15-point lead at the 26-minute mark of the second quarter. Carbon Country scoreboard, the Tigers 8-10-58, leading Drouin 7-1-43.
This is a, 40-point turnaround from quarter time. And McDonald's got 5 of them. Big moments. Zambrero goal of the days, you name it. McDonald's been on fire. Musil does some work in the middle of the ground. Again, he handballed to himself on this occasion. That's twice in the last minute. although it missed the target, so Hancock went and grabbed it. His kick was partially smothered, although it lands in the hand of Marshall. His cheap little kick tip goes towards Kingy. Now Kingy goes towards the forward line in Campbell Jolly. Gathered it, then got tackled. Play on to the umpire. The Tigers' defence are standing up at the moment. Tyler Brown goes to ground, and Kai and Aidan Quirk works hard. But the umpire says we'll ball it up. 27 and a half minutes gone. What a turnaround. What a game of football. As the two ruck will do battle about 30 metres out from Drouin's goal. Wack got a hand on it. Carlson grabbed it, then got quickly tackled by Aidan Quirk, and we'll do it again.
Scud quickly just around the ground thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture. The Giants by 2 points in the third quarter against the Lions, and the Cats lead by 21 points over the Crows.
Okay, drawing to attack here at Morwell. They desperately need another goal to stay in touch. They're 15 points down. 28 minutes gone. Boyd Bailey eases the pressure, goes towards the outer side and finds Taylor Wetherill, who goes inboard. Can he find a teammate? He can. It's Brad Brereton. He's been half busy.
Oh, look at him here.
I'll tell you what, there's some space here. He can just about run this one down, take it clearly. The player is Cohen Campbell.
Go from
Oh, here we go. McDonald, can he get on the edge of it? He can't. Take him off.
It was just that kick was a little, he just held onto it just that little bit too long because he had a lot of space between his opponent McDonald there too, but it just sat up in the air too long. Oh, there's a bit of claret coming off the ground here.
Yeah, Josh Shiv, he's been in everything. He's been sent off. He's been picking up possessions at will, and now he's got claret coming out of, well, every hole in his head. As the ball comes back into the field of play, Poracali was there, will quickly snap, and McDonald, is it? Oh, he's got a free kick.
He's paid the
There's
mark.
a free kick. He paid the mark.
He's paid the mark. It's gone about 12 metres. Hasn't even made the 15-metre mark.
Oh, Brandon McDonald's got 5 in the quarter.
When you're on,
You're on. And right on the halftime siren, the Tigers lead it by 15 points at halftime at the moment, but Brandon McDonald, take a hat off, son. It's been your quarter. You've kicked 5, and now you've kicked 6 in the quarter. They trail by 25 points at quarter time, and they now lead by 21, the Tigers. What a turnaround. Brandon McDonald, 6 goals in a half. They lead by 21. We need a break. We need to take a breath. It's Gippsland Live on TRFM. All thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland.
I might be able to get the sandwiches now.
The Morning Crew with Gabby and Dan.
Remember those little girls, Sophia, Grace and Rosie, who performed Nicki Minaj on Ellen and went super viral? Well, they're back as grown-ups.
Oh, you got my heartbeat running away, beating like a drum and it's coming your way.
Sophia, Grace and Rosie now have their own music out, so you can check it out on Spotify if you wish.
Thankfully these days you don't need to buy albums to listen to them. No, I'm joking.
The Morning Crew with Gabby and Dan. Weekday mornings from 6. TRFM.
At Harvey Norman, get 60 months interest-free, no deposit finance from Latitude and receive a bonus gift card up to $1,000. Shop furniture, bedding, computers and technology, TVs and entertainment and more. That's 60 months interest-free, no deposit, no interest from Latitude with 60 approximately equal monthly payments and receive a bonus gift card up to $1,000. Finance only available if you have or are approved for a participating Latitude credit card. Minimum finance amount $1,000. See T's and C's. Interest applies for non-compliance. Fees and product exclusions apply. Now at Harvey Norman.
Soon, your next Macca's run could do more than fix your hunger. It could win you a share of almost $4,000. We want you to drive through for cash. Simply head to the drive-thru at your local McDonald's Gippsland restaurant, scan the QR code when it's safe to do so, and get your name into the draw to win the daily cash giveaways. Drive through for cash. Coming soon. Thanks to McDonald's Gippsland Restaurants and TRFM.
For family medical care, visit Sale Medical Centre. Find them at 73 Pearson Street, Sale, in the blue and white building next to Todd's Chiropractors. Sale Medical has 5 doctors on site as well as allied health specialists, forming a team of qualified healthcare providers supported by caring practice nurses and friendly administration staff. Sale Medical Centre also has bulk billing available to children under 16 and concession card holders. For more info, visit salemedical.com.au or call 5144 5766.
The Country Tailor, building on decades of experience sourcing tiles from all over the world, have condensed all of their knowledge into a stunning new contemporary showroom. With stunning tiles hand-sourced from only the finest suppliers, they have something for everyone, and with special orders and almost limitless buying power. Soon to be Gippsland's exclusive home of laminates. The only limitation is your imagination. Drop in to see them at Argyle Street, Traralgon.
Comedy's Tire Service. Thinking tires, you heard the name. We're making great deals. Again and again, we got Cooper tires, the four-wheel drivers. Fit them, you drive away. So have a good day. Comedy's Tire Service, sending you safely on your way. We like to say, have a good day. Comedy's Tire Service.
The sound of the Morwell Bowling Club Bistro. Today is Pot and Parma night. Choose from the selection of yummy Parma toppings. Only $20 every Saturday from 5:30pm. Includes pot, soft drink or a glass of wine. To make a booking, phone the club on 5134-3449. 52 Hazelwood Road Mall. Visit the website morwellbowls.com.au for other specials during the week. Zambero's new Big Burrito is so big, it'll crush any hunger. Loaded with double filling and double rice, it's sure to leave you satisfied. Head down to Zambero Traralgon today. Available for a limited time only. Zambero. Feel good next.
At Spotlight, save more at our Spot Check sale. Emerald Hill Satin Quilt Cover Set Queen Bed, $29. VIP save 50% off all Everest bedding and 50% off all towels. So you can shake it, make it and dry it for less. Sale on now. Exclusions apply. At Spotlight, it's what you make it.
Now, a look at the quarter highlights. Gippsland Live on TRFM.
Bailey will step on his left, and then getting Zambrero golden eye contender as well. 1 minute 22 into the second quarter. Boy, Bailey, he's had a couple of sighters, and now, after missing a few early ones, he puts that one through the middle. And the Tigers, they're full of running. They've got 3 in a row in this second quarter.
Stolen, and now Jacobson's going to be the player of Brandon McDonald. It's going to be Brandon McDonald who gets the Tigers in front. Can you believe it? The game was dead and buried at quarter time, and the Tigers have come back to life.
Brandon McDonald comes in, lights it off the boot. He's already celebrating. Now it goes through. And now the goal umpire says all clear.
And I'll tell you what, he's done it again. Brandon McDonald, we were looking for him a few moments ago. He said, Poppy, here I am, right here. For goal number 5, you don't see this too often. 5 goals in a quarter.
I did it many times in my day.
You did too, Nick. And a shout out to St Vincent's under 13 Brandon McDonald now from 20 metres out, a tight angle off the ball. He's got 5. Puts up the high 5 and he gets the high 5 from all of his teammates. Brandon McDonald and Morwell are absolutely on fire.
I reckon.
He's snapping McDonald, is it? Oh, he's got a free kick.
He's paid the
There's a free kick. He paid the mark.
He's paid the mark. Has gone about 12 metres. Hasn't even made the 15-metre mark.
Well, Brandon McDonald's got 5 in the quarter. When you're on, you are on.
Gippsland Live on TRFM. This is the halftime wrap.
Oh, yes, the halftime wrap, all right. Gee whiz, second quarter. Well, it was all the Tigers. Drouin led at quarter time by 25 points, and then the Tigers, they come out absolutely firing, kicking 8 goals to 1, and Brandon McDonald kicked 6 of those on his own, and now they lead by 21 points. The Tigers are 9-10-64, Drouin are 7-1-43. And I tell you what, not many players have kicked more than 5 or 6 goals in a quarter, Boxer, except for you, because we just heard in the highlights.
Yeah,
Poppy?
Spot on.
It was a long, long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
What a quarter, what a game, what a half.
It was too, yeah. Morwell showed what they're capable of when they move the ball quickly and give their key forwards, both Noblet and McDonald. McDonald gets a lot of the credit, and surely he deserves that on the back of his 6 goals, but Noblet has been presenting as well. And what I like about that, it then just spreads the defence of Drouin so well. Noblet going one direction, McDonald finding himself at worst in a one-on-one contest, but more often than not to leading to a midfielder that's finding him, and he's still got to finish them off, and he's finished them off beautifully, Brandon McDonald, today. Prior to today, he had 16 goals. He's up to 22 goals, which puts him second on the goal-kicking list alongside Harry Pepper and just a few behind Brett Eddy. Obviously, we need an update on how those players are going today, but you heard that Moe are in trouble at Leongatha, so Pepper might not be a problem, but Eddie probably will be. It's been a good game of footy, but now the pressure's on Drouin. Let's face it, in the first 30 minutes, Drouin applied the pressure. Morwell responded. Now we're back at half-time. It's a chance for the coaching staff or the visiting side to do probably what Morwell did and find something in this next 30 minutes. Remembering, of course, that those scores, I think all but 2 goals have been scored to the left of the radio, to the clubhouse end.
Yep,
I reckon.
correct. Spot on.
Yeah, so it's for no apparent reason. No, I tell you, for no apparent reason. But I think 14 goals of the 16 scored, or something like those, have been kicked to one end of the ground.
Well, very good summation of a half of football there, Poppy. Let's get some other scores during the halftime wrap here at Morwell and around the grounds today. All thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture. And don't forget, you can upgrade to an Australian-made mattress or ensemble, the leading Aussie brands, all at Harvey Norman Furniture, Gippsland. Here's Nick Lucchino.
Yeah, thanks there, Scud, man. We've got a bit of a blowout already down at Leongatha.
You predicted this?
Yeah, I did. Leongatha 12-6-78. They lead Murray 2-4-16 at half time. So
flexing their muscles, aren't they, the Parrots?
Really putting the stranglehold on the Murray lines at the moment. Traralgon 6-12-48. They lead Sale by 10 points, 6-2-38. Warragul 4-4-28. They've gone to sleep. Maffra 9-4-58. So 30-point leaders there, Maffra. And Wonthaggi 8-6-54 to Bairnsdale 3-4-22. So
continue on with Mid-Gippsland, round 7 action of Mid-Gippsland football.
Got a few there too. Scud, Newborough 7-8-50, MDU 4-8-32, Foster 6-5-41. They lead Stony Creek 2-5-17. In a close one down in South Gippsland, Tarwin 4-8-32. They lead Morwell 3-5-23. Fish Creek 7-5-47 to Ballara 4-4-28. And Yanar 10-5-65. They lead Tura 1-2-8.
Nick comes to you this afternoon thanks to Carpet Country, helping dreams become a reality since 1981. And here's Paul Carter, thanks to Gippsland Ozuza Ute and the new D-Max. Key stats in a half of football.
Well, whereas the stats were fairly even in the first quarter, heavily inside 50-6 that quarter. They lead that 29-17 to half-time. The clearances, Morwell went 12-8 and they lead that 19-15. Centre clearances that quarter, 5-1 Morwell's way. They lead that 8-5. The free kicks have gone 13 to Morwell, 6 to Drouin to the halfway mark. The marks are 36 to Morwell, 37 to Drouin. Contested marks, Morwell have that 10-4. Marks inside 50, it's 15 to the halfway mark. There's a lot of marks inside 50 to Morwell. Their forward line certainly is functioning well. 15 marks inside 50s to 5. Set shots today, 3 goals, 5 and 1 out in the full from Morwell from set shots, 5 goals straight from Drouin. The overall score from turnovers, Morwell have kicked 7-8 and 2 goals, 2 from stoppages. Drouin have kicked 5-1 from turnovers and 2 goals straight from stoppages.
Thanks very much, Paul. They're all the team stats. We'll get to some individual ones when we get back from the break of the halftime wrap. Third quarter action is coming up after the break. All thanks to McDonald's. You're listening to Gippsland Live on TFM right across Gippsland and the Valley. And it's all thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland.
Soon, your next Macca's run could do more than fix your hunger. It could win you a share of almost $4,000. We want you to drive through for cash. Simply head to the drive-thru at your local McDonald's Gippsland restaurant, scan the QR code when it's safe to do so, and get your name into the draw to win the daily cash giveaways. Drive through for cash, coming soon. Thanks to McDonald's Gippsland Restaurants and TRFM.
Do you feel it? The confidence, the reassurance, building a new home, and the process is clear the whole time. It leaves you free to explore every possibility, free to enjoy every moment, every memory, because at every stage, your builder is there, offering peace of mind. That's the GJ way. GJ Gardner Homes. Feel the joy building.
You hit the road early, it's a long drive, and you're starting to get a little weary from the sun in your eyes. Driving tired can have the same effect as driving drunk. If you've been on the road for 2 hours, take a 15-minute break. Stop in at the nearest McDonald's restaurant in Gippsland. It's the perfect place to stop. You can stretch your legs, enjoy a coffee from a cafe, or grab a quick snack. A 15-minute break every 2 hours could help save your life. Another road safety message from McDonald's Gippsland. Road safe and Gippsland's own TRFM.
The Isuzu D-Max is born to live.
You can go your own way.
With 3.5-ton towing, you can bring all the toys. Get off-road and play with 4x4 terrain command and a rear diff lock. And rock out with Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay. Plus, with a 5-star ANCAP safety rating, the 3-litre turbo diesel Isuzu D-Max is born to live.
Test drive today at Gippsland Isuzu Ute on the Princess Highway to Elgin. LMCG 10285.
Australian-made furniture and bedding now at Harvey Norman. Mattresses and ensembles from the leading Australian brands. Lounge furniture and dining room furniture built for the family life with a great selection of options in fabric, leather, size and shape. Create your own bedroom furniture. Customize your bed height, fabric or timber stain. Let our experienced team help you design furniture to suit your home. Harvey Norman, supporting Australian-made manufacturing. Australian-made furniture and bedding now at Harvey Norman.
Go, Harvey, go.
What do David Attenborough and Furbank Grammar School have in common? They both support the Marine Mammal Foundation, teaching children to help the planet and protect Melbourne's endangered Barronan dolphins. Furbank Grammar School is Australia's most sustainable, forward-thinking school. From recycled and organic uniforms to green energy, we educate through science, adventure and a positive mind frame. Book a tour now for Year 7 2023. Furbank Grammar School. Connections that last a lifetime.
Hi, I'm Rosie from Virtue Homes. Are you thinking of building in 2022?
I'm Tanya, and we are so excited to tell you that we have won the Victorian Display Home of the Year. The Acura 38 Display Home is located at Copelands Road, Warragul, and is still open for viewing. We also now have our first nomination from Master Builders Australia. Keep an eye out in 2022.
Our display homes in Traralgon and Warragul will be open Wednesday to Sunday 11 till 4. So come and be inspired. Virtue Homes, CDBU 48113.
Soon, your next Macca's run could do more than fix your hunger. It could win you a share of almost $4,000. We want you to drive through for cash. Simply head to the drive-thru at your local McDonald's Gippsland restaurant, scan the QR code when it's safe to do so, and get your name into the draw to win the daily cash giveaways. Drive through for cash. Coming soon. Thanks to McDonald's Gippsland Restaurants and TRFM.
Introducing the Australiano from the Cafe, their best ever coffee blend with chai and native wattle seed.
This is the third quarter. Gippsland Live on TRFM.
Inside this third quarter, Ryan Marrick is going to have a shot on goal. They got this third quarter underway pretty quickly, and Drouin, well, they won the clearance, they got it a half forward, and Timmy Hancock's been very good. And they need this as Ryan Marrick goes back. The half-time margin sits at 21 points. And welcome back here to Morwell Rec Reserve as in comes Ryan Marrick directly in front inside 30 seconds and misses away to the far side. On the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, the Australiano coffee now in McDonald's, made with the best ever McCafe coffee blend with chai and native wattle seed. Coffee fit for an Aussie.
7-2-44 Drouin, trailing Morwell, who are 19-64.
All right, the ball comes back into play, and it's Tyler in Boyd Bailey, in fact, that brings it back into play.
I've got an interesting stat. I'll tell you in a minute.
I look forward to that. I really do. As now Tyler Brown goes towards the outer side of the ground. Can he find a teammate he can't out of play on the full?
I don't know if it's a stat, but there's been 15 goals being kicked to the city end, and
yes.
one down here to the highway. 2.
Truly, I'm giving me a headache sometimes, Nick. The ball comes inside forward 50. Good strong mark by the Tigers' defence. And the player we think is Brandon McAuliffe. He's been pretty good today. The kick he gave ground, kept possession. It's put his team under pressure. They're equal to the pressure just momentarily. They give the ball up for a behind. The pressure was starting to build.
Are you sure too?
Taylor Wetherill has it. Clayton Kingy kicked one in the second for Drouin, and the Tigers' James Jacobson got one in the first as Walsh gets it out to Jacobson. Defensive 50, nice little neat kick now to the Tigers, who are using the football a lot better. To Noblet, who gave the handball back to Jacobson, and ran on, sold a little bit of candy, had a little bit of company then from the Hawks, gave it back to Noblet. They get out of this one, and Whack will it just go over the top of the Whack's head. Here's Campbell, handball back nicely to Bailey. Bailey's chiseling kick, beautiful. Guess who? He hasn't moved. Brandon McDonald, he got 6 1/4. He rolls from 50, lowers the eyes on this occasion, gets over the back from McDonald. That was Lachlan, and it went through for a minor score. Don't you just unload? You've got 6 1/4. Have another crack, Pop.
Oh, he thought about it, I think, but then he had a man spare and he did the right thing, lowered the eyes, but unfortunately couldn't find the target on that occasion. He's been good on 6 occasions in that second quarter. He just joined us. Brandon McDonald turned this game on its head with 6 second quarter goals, and his side now leads by 20 points. A great effort by him as Harry Watts has the ball. Wands has the ball over the outer side of the ground. Can he find a teammate? He went searching for, couldn't find Tim Hancock. Morwell now, as a consequence of that poor kick, have a chance to turn it over, but only momentarily, because Harry Wands again feeds it off, goes towards the half-forward flank. Oh, out the back. I thought it could have been a good mark, but it wasn't. Play on, nicely done too. It was Weatherall from left half-back flank. The kick is a poor one though. And is that Wands again? Yep. Gets another touch. That's 3 in a minute. And he finds a target this time. The target he looked for a moment ago. Tim Hancock plays on quickly. He's got 2 players inside forward 50, but unfortunately there was a tiger between the two, and he stopped it and now holds the ball in, and the umpire will have to take control.
Tell you what, James Jacobson has been good for the Tigers.
Yeah, just his run-off half-back's been really good. His poise in that as well. So he's had a good afternoon.
Big tap there that time by Tim Hancock, won it for the Hawks, but went straight in the hand of Musil. He nearly gave it away as throwing the ball. Bailey squeezed a handball nicely done to Makepeace. He'll switch the play, and it's going to come off beautifully as Walsh can just gather. He went backwards now to Linton, and he chipped one over the top to McAuliffe, and the Tigers get out of this one. Brandon McAuliffe, his kick was smothered. It might work in the end. It lands in the hands of Walsh. He's got a little bit of time. He's well composed for a youngster. Kicks down the line. Lachlan McDonald was the target. There's Campbell, close to the boundary line. Doesn't take it over. Has to go and get it again. Oh, Wands ducked ahead, and Noblet got him over the shoulder. The umpire said no. Drouin fans don't like it. Ball up right in front of the Morwell coach's box. 4 minutes gone, third quarter, 20-point margin, free kick being paid.
Should have been paid too, I thought anyway. But
we thought.
Harry Wands, again, nice start to this third quarter. Important one for the visiting side. They've given up a lead, but now they've got a chance to shorten the margin, which currently sits at 20 points. They go inside forward 50. You're not going to do it hitting targets like that, especially when the man Dan Musil plays with the opposition. Grabs the ball again. They change direction and find Blewett on basically in front of the Morwell goals, but they've gone from grandstand side to outer side. They're out towards the netball courts as Whack goes over the top, and here they run. They're running the Tiger Army in numbers. Sam Walsh gets on the end of it and finds Bailey. Bailey again goes short, and now the player with the ball is Cody McDonald from outer side wing, kicks inside forward 50, front of the pack. It's a Morwell player, doesn't mark it initially, Brandon McDonald, and then in an attempt to handball, he's judged to have dropped the ball. The free kick will go the way of Aidan Kirk. Defensive 50 goes towards the outer side, right half back flank, and he's got a couple of targets to choose from.
Yeah, Collins was the one, went inboard, did Collins, by foot to Kingy. That's Jordan. Nice little kick to Hancock. They're on the wing, the Hawks. He looks inboard again. They like to do this, the Hawks. It wasn't on, so he had to handle over the top to Collins. And Collins then eventually gets boot into it. Coming across will be Linton, and he'll go up and take a strong mark. Contested, that is. And they'll switch it again. Carlson has it on the near side. He's got Lopez working for him. Decides to kick it over his head. Probably should have gone to Lopez in the end, as Noblet had to fight in a contested battle, and letting it go over in front of us right here in the grandstand is Aidan Quirk, and Noblet will roll back to his forward post.
There's a little bit of deja vu from the first quarter. I could just see those mistakes again, those simple mistakes there by the Tigers. They're trying things, but there's just that little bit of lack of skill level at the moment so far this quarter.
So Whack gets the tap down, can't find a teammate. Coming through hard was Josh Shiv, as he's done for most of the day. Off with the blood rule second quarter, off as a consequence yellow card first quarter. You can sense the sort of game that he's playing today, and they need him to play. They need more players like Shiv, really fighting hard. Whack gets another tap, tries to chase down his own ruck work. He can't, the big man.
You're right. I think you're right, Pop. Josh Shiv has given absolutely everything today. He's crashing into the packs, but he just needs a few more to follow his lead.
Yeah, you're right too. As Wack gets the ball down, here they go. Kingy went without it, and now Wack gets another chance at it. Nicely done. Good hands it was by Brereton. Feeds it off. Can they get a goal here? They've got every chance. Laprise kicks to the top of the square. McDonald, one hand. Was he held? He was. Oh my goodness. Was it McDonald? It's Hearn. Ryan Hearn, the big man, held with one arm. He put one arm and contested the ball well. And now from just a few metres out on a fairly tight angle, only 45 degrees I guess, should bring up the Tigers' 10th of the afternoon and lengthen that 20-point lead to 26. He kicks for goal. Guess what he does? He does exactly what he thought he might, and he gets his first of the afternoon as well.
Yeah, it's that quarter-time move to put Hearn, as we spoke about during that first quarter, is that just that different avenue. They've got Noblet, McDonald, and now Hearn. Hearn has just been competing ever since quarter-time, and it just makes a massive difference. Rewarded with a free kick and a much-needed goal for the Tigers.
And that takes Moore's lead out to 26 points on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. We played 8 minutes into the third quarter, and the Tigers are on 10-11-71, leading Drouin 7-3-45.
Yeah, they're certainly playing free-flowing football, are the Tigers. They just, even around the contest, they're just moving it forward at all costs, and even if it's not pretty, they'll get it going. This time they don't even contest the ruck work, Drouin, so Wack tapped it straight down to McAuliffe and then tried to flick a handball out. Yeah, Wack has to go again. Head over the football, picked up there by Wands, got it off to Marshall. He got a kick towards the half-forward area where Klebny can mark. He turns around on the left foot. They present for him. A good, strong mark by Campbell Blewett. And Blewett will go back. Decides to handle off to Tyler Brown. And he'll switch it up. They've got some open space. Campbell is the one. Lets it bounce. He can gather it. He's got some jets, but he decided to kick into a little bit open space. Nicely done. And Brandon McAuliffe will mark. Wack presents to the wing. They've got some numbers inboard. They go there. It doesn't get there. Picked off there by Marshall. Goes to the open side. Kingy can mark. And he'll go back and slow it up and have a shot on goal.
There would have been at least 5 goals in that quarter, in that first quarter, from turnovers from Morwell. And again, now we see it. This is the second time this quarter I can remember that turnovers have hurt Morwell. And if Kingy puts this through, they'll be pretty disappointed, the Morwell boys.
So Clayton Kingy, he has 3. Of course, he'll come in. He must get this goal. They trail by 26 points to the Hawks. And it's a big moment for the Morwell Bowling Club this afternoon as Clayton Kingy comes in to get it back to 20, and he pushes it. He's nearly missed everything he has in the end. And it was a contest on the boundary line in front of the Legends booth here at Morwell. It's a nice crowd building in front of the bar there. And we'll have a boundary throw in 10 minutes in. Well, we've only had 1 goal scored in this quarter. As the ball comes back in, double hands it down was Musil. Had to do his own little groundwork. Hancock wrapped him up. We'll have another stoppage. Here's Rob Popperstone.
So 10 metres out from the Drouin goals. The margin, as you heard, 26 points. Time, 10 minutes into this third quarter. They need to find the goals to the visiting side. They can't at the moment because Morwell's numbers around the balls are very, very good. Sam Walsh on the end. Can he find a teammate? He can. It's Cohen Campbell. Right half-back flank. They go inboard. This time it takes... managed to take it off. But I tell you, the kick from Wack went looking for Carlson. Couldn't find that player. They're taking some risks, Morwell, when they really don't need to, and as a consequence now Drouin through Salter are going to put some pressure on, and they do it nicely. The big man in Ryan Marrick has taken the mark, played on quickly. This should be a goal after the mark from Dan Klebny is taken, and it's taken nicely too.
Are they been a little bit too cute, Boxer?
Yeah, I reckon they are. I can see what they're trying to do, but when you kick to a 50-50, and you're trying to switch to play, you're fraught with danger there, Scud.
So here we go, Dan Klebny on the shortest of angles. Kick off the boots, terrible. And just when they need a goal, they get another behind, and that is inexcusable.
Drouin now up to 7-4-46. It's a 25-point margin in Moore's favour on McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, with the Tigers sitting on 10-11-71, 11.5 played third quarter.
Tyler Brown plays on. The kick was partially smothered off the man on the mark. Sam Pratt dropped the mark, and then they try and work it backwards. Bethune 1-2 handball to Shiv, but they leave it behind. Brereton got a handball out towards Noblet, and was happy to get him over the boundary line. Allow the Tigers and the Hawks to reset. 11.5 minutes, a bit of a shout out if I can to the Hillier family. Doing it hard up at Hamilton Island, listening to us on the beach at Hamilton Island at the moment.
And a big happy birthday to Sue Hillier.
Yeah, turning 80, so happy birthday, sister Sue, who turned 80.
I said 70.
Sorry, it's 60. I got confused.
Can't wait to give Susie a big kiss next time she's back in the valley.
There's and cheerio to Bruce Hillier as well.
Tyler went up there as well. Did he
kiss him the cheek?
Yes, he did, and that's why he's missing this afternoon.
Ah, okay.
He's missing because he's dedicated to his mum's 60th birthday.
So a few Morwell footballers up there too, actually, from what I hear. Is that right? They've gone up that way. Is that correct? There's some Morwell players missing today.
No, he'd be the only one.
He would be the only one?
Yep.
Okay.
There's Drouin here on the wing. They went short, put pressure on Sam Pratt, who just had to cough the footy up in the end. McAuliffe tried to get a handball out. Nicely done there by Fraser. They got some run. Wander's been good. Left foot kick to the pocket. Marek will fly! And fly high he did. Nice mark by Ryan Marek. I like the way this guy moves. And have a look at him too. He's got the long blonde locks, the mullet, the bright yellow boots. And he goes back in front of the Legends booth, and I wouldn't be surprised if he puts it through. He'll point at him as Marek puts it on its way left, not coming back. And I think the Legends point at him.
Taking Drouin now to 7-5-47. It's a 24-point margin in Morwell's favour. 10-11-71 at the 13.5-minute mark on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
So 4 straight goals. They need to be closer than that, you'd suspect, with 30 minutes to go. So the pressure's going to be on them to close the margin as Morwell put the pressure on the visitors, running the ball out beautifully. They do through Cody McDonald from half back to half forward. Noblet, one hand, tries to take it with the next, but he's cut off by Drouin. And all of a sudden, the last player on that pack will be Zane Atkins that holds the ball in. The spoil from Reece Salter on Noblet was a good one too. In front of our TRFM commentary position, Saturday afternoon, Gippsland Live, Scud Cooling, Nick Lucino, Paul Carter, yours truly, Rob Popplestone, calling the game of the day here between Morwell and Drouin. And again, Cody McDonald gets onto it, handballs, does it nicely. The 1-2, he's under pressure though. He found Laprise, who gave it back to him, and that is McDonald. Cody, he was taken over the line, ball and all, and there'll be a boundary throwing grandstand side centre wing.
Whack it is. And Bethune. Give it to Bethune on that occasion. Only just. Handball out the back there was from Quirk. Nicely done to his brother Aidan. Got it down the line. This guy's a bit of a cult hero. Noah Jared. His kick to centre half forward. High it goes. Mutual comes the other way. Plays on and gave it to Carlson. They go inside forward 50. Working back was Collins. The loose man back there mopped it up. Gave a handball to Hermison. And his kick out towards Collins, who ran on to Shiv. They handball. Yeah, it was. Good tackle by Cohen Campbell to stop the run, and they get it going back the other way, the Tigers.
So, sorry to keep you up, Nick. He hasn't had a platter of sandwiches for 30 minutes, and he's starting to feel the pinch as Morwell apply the pressure. McDonald, handball over the top, left hand sweeping handball. Wack's going to be the first player there. He's got room to kick around the body. He's got all the time in the world. And guess what? He takes it and gets Morwell margin of lead out to 5 goals straight.
So can I use the word concurrently in that passage of play?
Something like that.
No, please put it in a sentence, Boxer. That'd be good.
Morwell have kicked 2 goals concurrently. Is that right?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, gee, it's a stretch.
It's not bad. Up to you, Paul Carter.
It's not good either.
It is a match-high lead for Morwell of 30 points at the 15-minute mark of the third quarter. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard reading Morwell 11-11-77 to Drouin 7-5-47.
Well, you've only kicked 1 goal since the 23-minute mark of the first quarter, have Drouin. And it's been all the Tigers since then. Again, no one really got a handle on that one. Hancock works hard again. They put him in the ruck and he's won a free kick. There's Tim Hancock. You're playing back. That nearly would be 50 as Carlson grabbed it and then put it back on the ground as Hancock plays on quickly. Kicks towards Ryan Marek, puts one hand out, gathers it on the run. Kick will 49 will go out of bounds on the full. I get excited when he gets near the ball, Boxer.
Ed Morris, can you tell me about what's happened to Ed?
I only plan to play 1 or 2 games throughout the year. They'll pick and choose, so certainly not part of this Drouin side. I think we might see him once, at a stretch, maybe twice for the rest of the year.
Work commitments, or was just playing?
I believe he's playing away. I think he's up north somewhere, or working up north, up Darwin way. As the Tigers bring it back in here, 16 minutes have passed in the third quarter. Hearn tried to tap it forward. It was Linton in the end, but Hancock will repel this one and put it back to the top of the 50. Out the back, Clayton Kingy just worked his opponent underneath that one, had a flying shot, a goal! Last line of defence, Brandon McAuliffe got a handle on it. And only just got a fingernail to it, and another minor score. And your McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
5 behind straight this quarter to Drouin after their incredible accuracy. They are 7-6, Morwell 11-11.
So Cody McDonald's been busy in this quarter too. Gets another mark, a touch. He's looking for Noblet. Noblet, I thought, interfered with his play on's the call, and Morwell through numbers can work their way from half back. They start to surge the black and yellows in 3s and 4s, and plenty of time to find another man. The kick only went 4 metres, 4.5 maybe, but Sammy Walsh thought it went at least 15. Play on was the call. Nice tackle it was too by Noah Jarrett that opened the door, but only momentarily because Taylor Weatherall's taken the kick in the last line of defence. Comes towards the grandstand side. Got all the time in the world through McAuliffe to find Noblet on the lead, and Noblet just keeps that ball in the play. On the mark for Drouin is Zane Atkins. Noblet looks inboard.
Could do with a haircut too, Pop.
Yeah, he could do, but it's better than the bun. He goes towards the forward 50. Can he find a winner here? Well, Atkins was his... McDonald was the target. He got hands to it, couldn't grab it for one of the rare times today, and now Drouin through Quirk go inboard. The 1, 2, the 3, and now they're under pressure, but Wands gets on the end of it, and they do that nicely, the Hawks. But again, they've just fallen down as they get towards about the half-forward line, and even the few occasions they've got past that, they haven't damaged Morwell. As the player Weatherall finds that player again in Cody McDonald, and Cody McDonald with that headgear on goes to Noblet. We've seen that a few times today. Playing's the call. Noblet, he got the handball when he was on his hands and knees, but he was good enough to keep his cool and find McDonald, who was found with the ball, and now there'll be a ball up.
It's pretty sloppy.
It is sloppy.
It's very sloppy at the moment, and so they've just gone back to their old ways again, Morwell.
Boxer, just a little bit of an update from our listeners, which is always great to see. I'll get to that in a moment, as Aidan Quirk puts one down Walsh's throat. So here's the time. Just to let you know, concurrently, at the same time or simultaneously. So do you reckon you used that correct in the sentence when you said that the Tigers kicked 2 goals concurrently?
What are you?
No, you
an
didn't.
English teacher or something?
No,
I'm not sure you did, Boxer. I think I did.
No, but we both spoke then concurrently when I told you that you didn't use it properly.
As Poracali got it towards the inside 50 for the Tigers, Joe Collins was back there. Salter had to spin around in a tackle, eventually got the handball out. Good worker there by Jacobson. Squeezed handball, just missed the target in Bailey, and then got wrapped up in a Salter tackle. It was a Quirk tackle, and we'll have a stoppage.
We're all seeing what I see. The Morwell side, the turnovers, the mistakes they make in this quarter, it'd be very frustrating, even though they've got a fairly handy lead. They tighten that up, and they're going to be, more than what they are in front now.
Exactly right. It's a 29-point margin, and really it should be out past 6 goals, shouldn't it?
Correct.
Another stoppage. 19, make it 20-minute mark of this third quarter.
We concurrently agreed on something.
Yeah, we did. We did.
Probably getting a little bit better.
Yeah, closer at least. Here we go. Wands takes the ball half back line. That kick's sloppy. As Nick said, this game at times is sloppy. This kick has got more air on it than it needed. The kick from Campbell towards right half forward flank. Wands at ground level, wins it again, but his handball couldn't find a teammate. But they've got the numbers over the ball, and one of those numbers was Clayton Kingy. Feeds off, gives ground. They do. Quirk goes backwards, looking for finding Hodge. I tell you what, they're making hard work of this. He's inside. The kick was smothered, and now on the end of it, he's going to be Lachlan McDonald. Opens the door up for another McDonald. That's Cody. His left foot kick, can you believe this, has found McDonald's. We've got everyone except Ronald McDonald out there at the moment.
Just been given a stop talking, apparently. That was your stop talking by my wife.
Well, okay. Brandon McDonald, well called, Poppy. Rolls in now from 45, puts it on its way, and you'd expect nothing but a goal. And that is what he's done. It's number 7 for the afternoon for Brandon McDonald.
He's on his way to double figures, pop star.
He is.
I think if he keeps up at this rate, he might even get it this quarter.
Wow. Jeez, 21-minute mark. He's going to kick 3 goals in a handful of minutes.
I'm a bit frazzled because I've been told to stop talking, so I just don't know what to do.
No.
Over to you, PC.
I'm just amazed that you're able to punt on your app and talk at the same time and take a message from Marty.
That's your phone.
35-point lead to Morwell at the 21-minute mark of the third quarter. The McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard 12-11, 83 to 7-6, 48.
The Tigers' big moments are about to break this open for the Morwell Bowling Club this afternoon. Whack got a hand on it. Out towards Cody McDonald again. The McDonald's have been busy, and he got a free kick. Half forward flank now. He looks towards Brandon McDonald again and finds him. One grab, can't get the second. Ball comes to ground. Jacobson's done well. Got a handball out to a teammate who got wrapped up in the tackle quickly. And 22 minutes now we've passed.
They need to send the runner out, get everybody outside of 50 and put B-Mac straight in the goal square. Get everyone else out.
And this quarter we're on the McDonald's Gippsland School.
Exactly right. Whack. Tapped it down. Noblet attacked it with pace and left it behind again. We'll have another stoppage. 22 minutes gone. Third quarter, the margin is out to a game high 35. As Whack again, hit-outs just continue to rack up for the Tigers. Kicked around the body though from Harry Wands, who's been busy. Klebney was out there on the half-back flank, swept a handball over the top to Campbell Jolly. Right foot kick down the line to Marrick, who dropped the mark that he should have taken. Wetherill was able to sweep on it for the Tigers and go lateral to Walsh and now can square it inboard to Carlson. They've got some switch continuing if they want to come to the grandstand side. McAuliffe is the one. It's 2-on-1, and guess what? The one wins. Brandon McAuliffe marks, plays on, goes towards them. Brandon McDonald, he dropped that mark. That was a sitter. Joe Collins was back there for the Hawks. Swept it over to Harry Wands, out to Reece Solder, and he can go down the line, or there'll be a free kick downfield. We'll go to Aidan Quirk.
It's a little bit sloppy there by the Prez. Didn't have to do it.
No, he didn't. Aidan Quirk now with the ball. Grandstand, centre wing. This Drouin side trailing by 35 points, close enough to 6 goals. They'll need that just to win by a point. Can they get that? They've done it before in the first quarter, but they don't look like getting anywhere near close to that at the moment. They came out of the blocks hard last week against Moe and then were a bumbling, stumbling mess late in the game.
Harry Wands, 13 disposals this quarter.
Oh, he's been busy, hasn't he? Wands coming off that half-back line. Guess what? He got the ball again, but on that occasion he was tackled ball and all. Noblet, the player for Morwell, that had him held, and it'll be another ball up. I tell you, I reckon it was the big fella, Tristan Wack, that got the tap. It was pretty close ball though. A quick kick out of the pack goes towards the boundary. It may stop centimetres in. It does. Nicely done by Kelway. Feeds it off to his teammate in Jared Marshall. He gave it up to the big guy in Wack, who goes looking for his Bailey inside the corridor, who considered playing on quickly, but Bailey chose the best option. He's the smart option, and that's to go back and kick along with that left leg and see if he can find a target.
Well, he looks for Lachlan McDonald. Here's Cody McDonald. Tried to take on the tackler. He gave a handball to Lachlan McDonald. He goes over the top down to Jacobson. He kicks to the top of the square. Lots of numbers for the Hawks. Back, they run into a bit of strife. They got some company. Zane Atkins tried to squeeze it out. Now it gets to Pratt. The run from half-back. Kingy to Marshall. He goes in the middle of the ground now by boot. Max Linton was the back there. Ryan Marrick gathered it. Gave it to Hancock. There's no one inside the forward 50. He's kicked it. Could this be the Zambrero goal today? No, it's not going to make it. Blewett goes back there. Top of the square. Jai Makepeace was to help him out. His handball found Tyler Brown, and they released the pressure. And we're going to call this a throw, I believe. What? Or is it going to be a free kick to go back to Tyler Brown? It will be. So just got dealt with after he got rid of the football. Tyler Brown for the Tigers in the back pocket.
So Tyler Brown considers coming grandstand side, and he chooses that as his option. Went looking for the big fella, and I speak of Tristan Wack, who kicked a goal in this quarter earlier on. The talk of the day has been Brandon McDonald, who's kicked 7 goals since the start of the second quarter. Ball left half forward flank, or a bit deeper into Drouin's attack. Dancing around nicely was Klebney, left foot, top of the square, outnumbered 2-1.
Oh, he's been good, this guy.
Yeah, the Tigers win it, and it's Sam Walsh, who has been good, goes looking for, probably dropping what he should have taken was Zach Carlson, and now picking up the crumbs is Josh Kev, but his kick hits the point post, and it moves like the time Lee Matthews hit it. It doesn't break. But there was a lot of force behind that kick, but it wasn't accurate. So a free kick goes Morwell's way.
Taylor Wetherill gave it to Walsh. And for Gippsland Isuzu Ute this afternoon, he's been a great contender. As Walsh's kick, though, went across the face, and Linton will be awarded the mark. Ryan Marrick came the other way as Linton was able to play on, and nice kick out towards Riley Lopez. Half-back flank build up for the Tigers. Boxer said that Brandon McDonald will get 10 by three-quarter time. He's on 7, and we're at the 26.5-minute mark. They kick it down the line.
At a 40-minute quarter.
Noblet will fly, couldn't mark it. Ground level handle out the back. Zane Atkins gave it in towards Calway. And now Bailey. This is Boyd Bailey. Tries to run onto this run and gather it. Handballs just to some open space. Here's Brandon McDonald. Does it get over the back for him? Comes the other way. No, and he's going to wrap up Hodge in a tackle. And the umpire says we'll ball it up. 27 minutes gone in this third quarter. It's been all the Tigers since quarter time. They're out to a 35-point game-high margin here. Wack took it out of the ruck, got boot the ball, but it was smothered. Pratt came the other way. Bailey put him down in the tackle. Pratt wasn't happy with it. Good smother there by Brad Brereton. Kicked off the ground there by Kingy. Here's Marshall for the Hawks, who kicks towards Ryan Merrick. Can't quite mark it. Good work by Makepeace to be front there. Get the handball to Walsh, who sweeps one inboard by hand to Riley Lopez. But the siren sounds, and the Tigers continue on the merry way. The Hawks didn't score a goal. They kicked 5 points in that quarter. And now the Tigers get 3 in the third quarter. It's a 35-point margin at three-quarter time. A quick break. We've got 1 to go here in Gippsland Live. Round 8 action of the Alinta Energy Gippsland League. It is Gippsland Live on TRFM. All thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland. Warm up with Breville's all-rounder plus Connect Heater fan purifier for just $3.99. Be warm at home with Harvey Norman Electrical.
We're just days away from the 54th Traralgon Harriers Running Festival, including the Win Network Marathon and Aussie Broadband Half Marathon. Enter now at traralgonharriers.org.au. The marathon starts at the Traralgon Vineyard and takes you along the stunning Gippsland Plains Rail Trail. But hurry, entry numbers are capped and places are filling fast. All the details are at traralgonharriers.org.au. Another community event proudly supported by TRFM.
KBI Off-Road is the team you should trust for your vehicle's next repair, fitting or service. For a huge range of off-roading equipment to prepare you for your next adventure, visit KBI Off-Road at 319 Princess Highway, Traralgon.
Soon, your next Macca's run could do more than fix your hunger. It could win you a share of almost $4,000. We want you to drive through for cash. Simply head to the drive-thru at your local McDonald's Gippsland restaurant, scan the QR code when it's safe to do so, and get your name into the draw to win the daily cash giveaways. Drive through for cash. Coming soon. Thanks to McDonald's Gippsland Restaurants and TRFM.
We brought a 2-kilo container of magic gravy.
Yep, I bought a 2-kilo container of magic gravy.
We're gonna need a bigger gravy boat.
Magic Gravy gluten-free optional 2-kilo tubs to take home today. Everything's bigger at Breadcorp Bulk Barn in Dodcourt, Traralgon. Breadcorp.com.au.
The hand-crumbed, perfectly crunchy, goldenous schnitzelus is often found resting happily in a wrap or roll, satisfying ravenous post-match hunger. There's only one habitat for such a delectable morsel, and that's Schnitz Traralgon.
Zambero's new big burrito is so big, it'll crush any hunger. Loaded with double filling and double rice, it's sure to leave you satisfied. Head down to Zambero Traralgon today. Available for a limited time only. Zambero. Feel good next.
G'day, can I help you?
Yes, I hope so. I'm digging a trench in our backyard, so I need one of those machines that goes cook.
Oh, you need an excavator.
Excavator, right, if you say so. And then to flatten out the dirt, I was thinking one of them thingamabobs.
That'd be a whacker plate. We know which piece of equipment you need for your project, even if you don't. We hire them too. Mini loaders, drum rollers, tipper trailers and more. See you soon. Gippsland, Wacker, Noyson and Latrobe Valley Forklifts. Visit lvforklifts.com.au. Australian-made furniture and bedding now at Harvey Norman. Mattresses and ensembles from the leading Australian brands. Lounge furniture and dining room furniture built for the family life with a great selection of options in fabric, leather, size and shape. Create your own bedroom furniture. Customize your bed height, fabric or timber stain. Let our experienced team help you design furniture to suit your home. Harvey Norman, supporting Australian-made manufacturing. Australian-made furniture and bedding now at Harvey Norman.
With the release of the Toyota Land Cruiser 300 series and brand new Ford Ranger, now is the perfect time to visit ARB to order accessories for your new vehicle. From bull bars, side rails, under-vehicle protection and long-range tanks, to canopy, suspension, dual battery systems, driving lights and so much more. ARB has everything you need for your next adventure. For expert advice, see the team at ARB Traralgon, ARB Bairnsdale or the new flagship store, ARB Sale, or visit arb.com.au. Adventure awaits. ARB Traralgon, Sale and Bairnsdale.
You hit the road early, it's a long drive, and you're starting to get a little weary from the sun in your eyes. Driving tired can have the same effect as driving drunk. If you've been on the road for 2 hours, take a 15-minute break. Stop in at the nearest McDonald's restaurant in Gippsland. It's the perfect place to stop. You can stretch your legs, enjoy a coffee from a cafe, or grab a quick snack. A 15-minute break every 2 hours could help save your life. Another road safety message from McDonald's Gippsland. Road safe and Gippsland's own TRFM.
Now, a look at the quarter highlights. Gippsland Live on TRFM.
Should bring up the Tigers 10th of the afternoon and lengthen that 20-point lead to 26. There he is. Apply the pressure on McDonald.
Norman Computers Gippsland. Save on HP, Lenovo and Acer today. 3 down, 1 to go. The final quarter is about to start. This is Gippsland Live on TRFM.
Welcome back. It is three-quarter time. The margin's out to 35 points in favour of the Tigers. 12-11-83, Drouin a 7-6-48. And the Tigers getting 3 goals to none in that third quarter. Key stats, here's Paul Carter. All thanks to Gippsland Isuzu Ute.
I'll just go with the players at the moment. 14 hit-outs to Tristan Wack and another 2 to Dan Musil. 31 hit-outs to Wack and 24 to Musil. Certainly dominating Drouin, who have had a total of 7 in that quarter. James Jacobson, 7 disposals. He's got 18. Tyler Brown's up to 19. Boyd Bailey, another 9 up to 21. Riley Lopez, 6 to 15. Lopez will do. 13 to Dan Musil. 10 to Tristan Wack. 5 more to Nathan Noblet, he's up to 15. 10 disposals to Cody McDonald, that quarter he's up to 20. For Drouin, the main one there was Harry Wands, 13 disposals, he's up to 21 for the match. 17 to Josh Shiv, 18 to Aidan Quirk, 14 apiece to Tim Hancock and Clayton Kingy, 12 to Jared Marshall, 11 to Reece Salter.
Thank you very much, Paul Carter, for those key stats this afternoon. Got some around the ground scores for us. Have you, Nick Lacino? All thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture. Forward and final quarter about to get underway.
Yeah, I do have a couple of games here. It's got a tight one down the road at Traralgon. It's Traralgon 7-12-54. They lead Sale 8-4-52. And at three-quarter time, Leongatha 16-7. They lead Moe 5-7. So it's a big leaders there for Leongatha. And Mafra 13-8-86. They lead Warragul 6-6-42.
Well, final quarter underway. Here's Rob Popplestone.
Thank you. Musil will do the ruck work. He'll do it against Bethune. Goes in the Morwell direction. Nicely done. Taken high. No play-on's the call. Fairly so. So just repeating that margin here at Morwell. It's Morwell 83, Drouin 48. The game appears to be in Morwell's keeping, but strange things have happened in this particular game where sides can get runs on of 5 or 6 goals.
Just got a couple of netball updates for you, Poppy, if you like. Morwell win at 34-20 over Drouin in the C grade, and the best on court went to Charlotte and a young girl by the name of Michaela Cooling, so she did well.
She is. Got the talent from mum. As this particular player, Klebny, goes inside forward 50, and they need to get the first goal to get some momentum. At this stage, they aren't able to do that. Max Linton's the player that eases the pressure around the body. Zach Carlson goes, a kick, trying to find a teammate. He can't. The boundary will get in the way, and there'll be a boundary throw in left half forward flank, right half back flank, outer side of the ground here at Morwell.
Minute in, and the margin's still at 35 points. Boxer's working through some of those other scores for us, I think.
Free kick, it must have been behind play. He's gone Morwell's way.
Looks to be Boyd Bailey. Comes inboard and to Walsh. And if he's not in the best players for the Tigers, well, I don't know who is. Gives it back to Bailey. He'd have to be another one too. Nice kick to Jacobson. Just gets over the top of his head. Hearn comes the other way. Gives away a free kick. Yes, he does. The free kick will go to Jack Fraser. True centre half back for the Hawks. Comes inboard. Finds a teammate. There's Harry Wands. He can chip it over the top again. He's got Aidan Quirk right in the middle of the ground of the rec reserve. This is a bit of build-up by the Hawks. It gets towards Ditson. And Ditson will look to get it moving quickly. Doesn't know which way to go in the end. Decides just to chip it up. It goes towards Ryan Marrick in the front spot. Ball from Linton at the back. Good work by Musil to Tyler Brown. And he found Brown and McAuliffe, and those boys have racked it up this afternoon. And McAuliffe will go towards Boyd Bailey, or Jacobson will be the one in the end to take it.
He led for a long, long way there, Jacobson, too, so he did really well to make up that ground.
Eventually got to Boyd Bailey, and now he gets to Mason Poracali on the wing.
So Poracali chooses to play on. He wants to draw the man. In fact, he dances around the man on the mark, does it nicely, almost too easily as Boyd Bailey, a recipient of the handball, goes inside forward 50. Noblet's a player there from Morwell, tries to keep it in with the left hand. Can he? No, he can't. Just 10 metres from Morwell's goals. Noblet is beaten to the ball by the boundary throw in.
They've worked in really well together, Noblet and McDonald down forward. You know, the lead up there from Noblet is chipped in with 3 for the afternoon, is that right? Or 4?
Noblet has just the 1.
Nathan Noblet, has he kicked? I thought he kicked 3.
Yeah, no, he's had 3 kicks. Just the 1 goal. Special comment from the
game are you watching?
What am I watching?
He can tell you what he can tell you what one race for at Caulfield, but he's got no idea what's happening here at Morwell. Ball, half back line, feeds it off nicely, through Josh Shiv, dances around 1-2, draws a player. Tell you what, he's run 35 metres.
Yes, he has.
And the umpire says, no, you've ran too far. Just as he thought about kicking it on 3 or 4 occasions, another man came at him and he dodged them beautifully, but just ran too far in the end. So what could have been a good piece of play was taken from him. The free kick will go blue its way from half back. He's got the option to go short, keep possession. He does that. He does it nicely too to Cody McDonald. Kicks, in fact, it's Jay Makepeace on the outer side of the ground, searching for. Can he find his teammate in Musil? He can. Well, they're playing around with it a little bit, this Morwell side now. Yep. Brereton, centre half forward. Yeah, does it nicely, really nicely. Is that Brandon McDonald up the ground?
No.
Or is it Ryan Hearn again? Ryan Hearn, outside 50, back to Musil, who's worked his way to within 55 and then goes in short. Gee,
well, they did it well, didn't they?
Cut their way through it. Laprise got on the end of it, and he'll kick from right on 50 metres on a 45-degree angle. So it's going to take one of his best. But his best will be good enough. Morwell 12-11, Drouin 7-6, 4.5 minutes gone, first quarter. Laprise from 49.5, a bit too much air, a bit like a wedge, high, but not so accurate.
Straight through the hands of Brandon McDonald.
And so now, as a consequence, it'll be a Drouin free kick.
Out of bounds on the full, so Fraser brings it back in and he kicks it out of bounds on the full as well. So it's going to go back and forth. Musil goes lateral to Walsh. And we're not following Walsh's touches today, but
it's been fantastic.
I dare say it'd be the high 20s as Walsh puts it towards Hearn. One hand up. He has had some shoulder issues, just wasn't confident to chuck both of them up. And in the end, nearly pulled down an absolute belter. It's good to see him back out on the park. Limited games over the last 3 years of football for Ryan Hearn. He's had knee and shoulder issues. It's great to see him back out there. 5 minutes into this, the final quarter. The margin still sits at 35 points. Whack, get a handball to Noblet. He kicks around the body. What's he looking for? Goal number 7 for the day, Noblet? No, he's only got 1.
He just needs to
It may have bounced through, has it? No, it's been touched and it's a minor score.
He's kicked 1 goal 6, I think.
Ball brought back in quickly by Joe Collins, goes towards the outer side. Can he find a teammate? He cannot. So ducking in there nicely for Morwell was Mason Purakali that put some pressure on, but again Drouin with numbers, work the ball out slowly, a good force, a good punch, force the ball out of the hands by Josh Shiv.
Good kick.
And now a quick kick forward it was by Boyd Bailey, found a man on the mark in Jacobson who's got a leading player on. Whack was that player, punched away from him. The first Drouin player there will be Aidan Quirk, who's got time to settle and give off, and that's exactly what he does. Klebney's the player who receives it from Harry Wands, outer side of the ground, and Klebney finds Marriage on the lead. Ryan Marriage, left half forward flank, looks forward, kicks long, one-on-one, finds him nicely. Working in front was Tim Hancock, whose experience got him away from a body-body contact. He found some clean air, took a clean mark, and from 40 metres out, almost directly in front, should get a long-awaited goal, Paul Carter, for this Drouin side.
First goal, well, it might be, from the 17-minute mark of the second quarter, Pop.
So here we go, the pressure on Tim Hancock. You'd think the game is dead and buried, but we need Hancock to draw them 1 goal closer, and guess what? We're going to be waiting a little bit more time. It's been a quarter and a half since they've scored a goal, and they're going to have to wait again until they get another opportunity.
It's the last 6 scores for Drouin have been behind. So 7-7-49, Morwell 12-12-84, the Harvey Norman Computers scoreboard, 7-minute mark last quarter.
Walsh kicked to Brown, who kicked to Wetherill.
So I reckon they, in the first quarter, kicked 6 goals, 1 from memory. Since that time, they've kicked 1 goal, 6.
Wow. So Wetherill kicks it outside his defensive 50, looking for Whack. Got over the back to Musil, who gave a handball to Whack. They've done this well. Purakali can get it back to Whack by hands. And good tackle just to stop that forward run from the Hawks. Here's Harry Wands again. Got it inboard towards Kingy. He had to slap it forward. They got numbers back. Bailey went by hand to Musil, who handled underground to Poricali. Gave it back to Bailey, who ran on. He gets it over the top by hand to Whack. Back to Bailey. A quick kick to half forward. Lachlan McDonald can't mark it. Drouin are under a little bit of pressure. They're under a lot of pressure, to be fair. And coming the other way was Pratt to Collins. And he got it to Harry Wands, who can turn and deliver it nicely to Ryan Marrick. Half forward flank build up. Too far out to score for the Hawks. Couple of options present. Ignored. He had to go inboard. Just missed Wands. Kingy, well, he looked up and then toe poked it. Jai Makepeace said, I'll take the footy and I'll handle off to me mate Max Linton, who kicks it out wide to Lachlan McDonald. And he'll look for the boundary and he'll be pushed over by Regan Hodge. And a boundary throw in 8 minutes in this final quarter. We haven't had a goal scored as yet. Boxer.
Scud, we've got an A-grade netball score from Traralgon. Traralgon defeated Sale 50-33 in A-grade.
Thank you very much.
And in the AFL, the Brisbane Lions are 14-point leaders, make that 15 over the Giants, and the Cats are 43 up against the Crows.
Okay, Tigers half back line. They're starting to run again. The Tigers side and creating space. McDonald, Kobe type left foot kick. He's probably better on the run with his left than his right. Finds a teammate there in McAuliffe, who goes to the top of the square. And guess what? Is it? Could it?
No,
it's not.
It's one of them.
Lachlan McDonald, you think it could be?
Yep, 100%.
Okay, Lachlan McDonald, not Brandon, who's kicked 7 today. So Lachlan McDonald, 25 metres out, directly in front, has every opportunity to bring up Morwell's 13th goal of the afternoon. I wouldn't say it's a clinical performance, but it's certainly been impressive enough. Directly in front, off the boot. Guess what? Shot. That probably sums up the day. It's a bit of hit and miss from both sides today. Another minor score.
Yeah, they've definitely dropped off since half time. The skill level has really been 50-50, would you say, Scud?
Absolutely, yep. I've got another A-grade netball score as well. It's in the Moe Leongatha game, an absolute thriller. Moe A-grade have defeated Leongatha 56-55 in what was a great game of netball over there. We'll keep these scores coming for you this afternoon to get you up to speed. You are listening to Gippsland Live on TRFM, right across Gippsland and the Valley. And it's all for Harvey Norman Electrical in Gippsland. The Tigers are full of running. Musil gave a handball to Whack, who got it inside forward 50. However, Kingy, and that is the coach, Jordan, who takes the uncontested mark in his back half. And they've been under pressure all afternoon. His kick just at the toes there of Collins. Inboard, he comes to Clayton Kingy. Half-back flank, though. It's slow build-up. Comes inboard, missed the target. The Tigers are going to put it back inside their forward pretty quickly. Here he is. Brandon McDonald can run to 40 metres and put through a behind. And that's disappointing. He's got 7 goals this afternoon and probably 7 behinds as well.
Interesting thing, the Morwell club record in this league for goals against Drouin is 8 by a guy called R. Peachy from the 60s. And
that's Russell Peachy, that's my uncle.
Dean MacDonald.
Oh, there you go.
Which, of course, is now being played over at Yallournula North, D-Mac. As the ball comes in again at ground level, was Drouin, nicely done. They get it towards the wing. They're under pressure again. They want to see the boundary line. Hancock just taps it forward. Klebney tried to run onto it. Makepeace wrapped him up in a tackle.
How good's Paul Carter? Just rattled those two.
Just off the top of the head.
Just on
No, I looked that one up.
Number one statsman in the business, Paul Carter. Poppy's here as well. And special comments, Nick Lacino for Carpet Country.
Next one to look up is, has a player kicked more than 7 goals this year in the league? Or is this the highest amount of goals?
Yeah, Brett Eddy.
Brett Eddy has kicked
10.
10, so good effort.
Drouin too.
I'm not sure that he's going to finish up with 10, but he may do.
Did you like how I rattled that one off?
Yeah, he did. He done very well.
Just an update out of that Leongatha Moe game. Moe got no bench and they've got 4 hamstring injuries out of the game.
Oh, danger sign.
Strength and conditioning coach might get the sack during the week.
So the ball thrown back in. Decent sort of throw, about 35 metres from the intersection. The ball was on the intersection of forward 50 and boundary and nearly made itself to the centre square as Musil takes a mark last line of defence. Looks like he's still got
really
the bandages.
well down back.
He has. And now they run it out. Jacobs hasn't got the ball, he's going to draw and then give, and he drew and gave to McDonald, who bounces once, looks up forward, a little chip kick over the top, finds his teammate in Mason Pori-Kali, and from the half-forward flank, had to think about that one, didn't I, Boxer? Campbell, left foot kick around, forces himself into the forward 50, good take, no, overrun at McDonald on that occasion. Do they get a second go at it? They do. Free kick goes Morwell's way, and it's going to go the way of Lachlan McDonald.
When we get a chance to, we've got some really tight games in the mid-Gippsland. I'll pass on in a minute.
All right, feed them off now while Lachlan McDonald's going for it.
Okay, we've got Ballara, 3-point leaders over Fish Creek. More East are leading by 2 points against the undefeated Darwin at the moment.
Okay, so Lachlan McDonald goes short, lead on. Can he find a teammate? He can. Nicely done. That player is Boyd Bailey on the tightest of tight angles. The boundary just centimetres to his right. He's going to kick around the body with his left, or looks like he's going to do that. He is. Then runs on his left and actually kicks a drop. Did it beautifully. Pinpoint perfect it was, and a real nice finish from a good piece of play leading up to that kick for goal.
It takes them all to 13-14-92. A 43-point lead over Drouin, 7-7-49 on the Harvey Norman Computers scoreboard. And Boyd Bailey in the 13 minutes of this quarter has had 9 disposals.
Special comments brought to you this afternoon by Carpet Country, helping dreams become a reality since 1981. Boxer, thank you for those comments after the goal.
Yeah, I was just waiting for Poppy to lead me in, but he didn't lead me out. And got me in trouble.
So all of a sudden, it's my fault.
Back in the middle now, Wack got a hand on it. Hancock tried to tackle Wack at the same time and just got boot the ball. Brad Brereton has it, puts it inside forward 50. Noblet on a long searching lead,
nice
stretching and beautiful take. And he takes the mark in the field of play.
That was a hamstring that happened, that's for sure.
45 metres out. Cody McDonald presents.
He's too far. He's too far out, the boy.
Well, he just needs to do what Bailey did.
43 points is the margin.
He's a left footer.
Well, exactly right. A couple of moments ago, this is probably a little bit further out.
You backing him in, are you, Poppy? Or
the left footer. He runs around exactly what Bailey did. He puts it on its way, and guess what? It's a carbon copy. They've done exactly the same. Poppy's got the earpiece into Nathan Noblet, and he put it straight through the middle.
Now he needs that one, doesn't he?
He does. He's got 2.
He's got 2 now. So I was nearly there all the way. But look, made me sound a little bit off there too. I didn't even back him at all to even get anywhere near that. So a great goal there. Great movement too by the Tigers, moving the ball out of the in transition as well. So 2 goals probably from the identical position as well, and give them all a handy lead right now.
49 points at his Boxer at the 15-minute mark of the last quarter on the Harvey Norman Computers scoreboard.
So, like Drouin, Nick Lucino's a good comments man, just been out of luck today. Player Whack with the ball, centre of the ground. He get a free kick, goes nice. Musel's the target on the lead. He's up forward. He's played in the centre. He's played down back. And now can he find a teammate inside forward 50? He can't. Cut off. It was by Kai Kirk. Kai Kirk looks grandstand side. He gets himself in and out of trouble as he goes searching for Hermanson, and he gets a good mark, does Caleb Hermanson. And his kick inboard looking for Kingy. Went through the hands of Kingy, so Kai Kirk tries to lend a hand but can't. Morwell tried to draw a player.
McDonald's all his own.
He is, and I'll tell you what, another McDonald's trying to get a handle on it. Cody
He's going to get it.
Can't. And he's going to go short. Is he going to go short or go for goal? He's gone for goal, and he's just missed. That player was Boyd Bailey.
I'm sorry, I'm going to be a little bit critical then. He just didn't lower the eyes. He had Brandon McDonald, the top of the goal square there on his own, screaming for the ball. And if I know Brandon McDonald, he would have been screaming for the ball.
14-15-99 Morwell, they're 50-point leaders over Drouin.
Yeah, big moment. All thanks to Morwell Bowling Club. Pot and Palmer night as the Tigers go forward again. This time it's James Jacobson. Runs, lowered the eyes on that occasion and got it to Brandon McDonald.
Come on,
well,
3 more.
He's got 7. We're at the 16.5-minute mark. We're on Brandon McDonald watch. The most kicked against Drouin for the Tigers sits at 8. And can he join those 2 as he comes in? And he puts it through. No, he doesn't. He hits the post.
And nearly marked it as a bounce back to him.
From 15 metres.
I can't believe he did that. I think he got a rush of blood, didn't he? And anyway, he shouldn't miss those ones. He's kicked that absolute rippers through the afternoon, and he missed the one that we should have got.
Yeah, so I reckon from memory, is it 7 goals 2 he's got, Paul Carter, something like that?
So, yeah.
Well, that margin, 51 points.
It is.
Well, I reckon he's got a few more than 2, Poppy.
Has he?
Yeah,
I think he'd nearly be 7-7.
Oh, really? That many?
I reckon.
Oh, here we go.
Well, Drouin are trying to work this out of their back half. Collins had it. Gave it off to the runners. Here's Harry Wands, who gives it back to Joe Collins. Oh, he's in a bit of strife now. He's coughed the footy up, and Jacobson swoops on it, kicks towards Brad Brereton. Beautiful pick up off the toes to Carlson to Brandon McDonald. And from exactly the same spot from 30 seconds ago, he plays on this time, kicks around his body. He's got 8. And BMAC has got 8. The most kicked against the Drouin side from a Tiger. He joins a couple of greats.
Yeah, some great play there too from the Tigers, and they're just starting to really take great control here of this game. Just a run on 2 from the younger brigade, using the ball a lot better this quarter, and just getting the ball inside 50 as you like. So BMAC 8 on his way to 10.
And that takes the lead out to 57 points for Morwell against Drouin, 15-16, 106 to Drouin, 7-7-49. He's got a little bit to go for the Central Gippsland record, Morwell Drouin, which is 16.
Okay. I'm not sure that he's going to get there. They've still got 10 minutes to go as Wack gets the ball down, play onto the call. Wack actually gets the free kick behind play, so the big red-headed ruckman.
Been there too, you know that.
Oh, 1 sec. No, it wasn't.
He's been at 16, have you, Boxer?
Yeah, I have.
That was, well, he's currently 61, so it was a few years ago.
Good grab.
Yep, nice grab by Pori Kali. Outside 50, feeds off nicely.
There we
Kick
go.
to the top of the square.
Yes.
He's marked it again, McDonald. Has he not?
Yes, he has.
So he's got 8.
Right, he needs composure here.
And he's marked it right in front of the point post, so it'll favour the right leg of Brandon McDonald, who you'd think will open up the area and kick around the body, and that's what he needs to do. Can we see goal number 9? Can we see a record? We can! Goal number 9! And I reckon that's almost deserving of the Zambero goal of the day, because it's a record.
I tell you what, though, hats off to Poricali too, because his lead up and hands, his strong hands as well, and that's just that quick movement from the Tigers now, isn't it, Poppy? They're prepared to move the ball real quick. That's what happens when you do that, and it goes inside to a one-on-one contest. The day he's having, he's not going to get beaten.
Open up the forward line.
Everyone get out.
Everyone out. Get the 10.
Go out, move everybody.
And that is a 63-point lead now to Morwell. 19 minutes played in the last quarter.
Yeah, it's getting cold in here.
It is cold.
Well, they go again.
Drawing under 18s want to fight us.
Whack tucked it out to Brereton. He's been clean below his knees this afternoon. Kicks towards the half-forward flank. They got some runners. Campbell's a one. Here's Lopez. Took on a couple of tackles. The ball comes out. Play on, said the umpire. We're getting excited because McDonald's got 9. Hancock says, I'm having none of this. I'm getting it going our way. He handles across to Campbell Jolly. Gets it to Harry Wands. He goes towards half-forward. Ryan Marriott can't take the one-hander. The Tigers are going to swoop on it. They got some numbers. Linton, though, goes to ground. Try to get a handball out the back there. Nicely done. Tyler Brown handballs. He coughed it up, though. Klebney gives a handball inboard. Lowers the eyes, does Quirk. Missed him, though. And they're still under a little bit of pressure, the Tiger defence. Working hard there was Pratt. He gave a handball backwards. Now they work again. Goes to Pratt, wrapped up in a Carlson tackle. The umpire said, my ball. At the wrong end of the ground for McDonald to kick 10. 21 minutes have ticked over. The margin, well, who cares? It's at 663. But it doesn't matter. We're after 10 goals from Brandon McDonald. Hancock goes backwards now to his teammate. This time was Marshall.
Here we go.
Brandon McAuliffe. Now they've got some run. Here we go as the call, and they're on. But Linton couldn't get it out. Kingy had to dive and drop the mark. Now Cody McDonald's got some wheels late in the last quarter. 2 bounces, 3 bounces, make it 4 bounces. Gets to the wing. Boxer says go. He gets towards, is it Walsh? He's moved him forward. 1-on-1 in the goal square. McDonald, top of the square, it goes. Can't get it. Gets to the back. Salter was there. Gathers it. Handballs off.
Goes towards the outer side. The race is on. The first player there, South Galway. Can he keep the ball in? He can. Or can he? It was a good smother by Morwell as they tried to clear the half-back line. They do that now, do the visitors from half-back to half-forward, and off they go again. Good work by Kai Kirk. Bounces once, twice. Can he keep a handle on it? He can. Can he get the goals? He cannot. So they're still searching for their first goal since the 17-minute mark of the second quarter, if you don't mind. Remembering at quarter time, it was Drouin by more than 5 goals or thereabouts. It was something like 25 points, so they needed more than 4, that's for sure, and now they trail by 10. What? How'd that happen? Well, if you're listening, you would have already found out, because the Tigers have just cut them to pieces, and they're doing that right now, using the ball almost arrogantly from the half-back line. This kick needs to be better than it was, though, because Kingy takes a strong mark outside defensive 50.
Plays on and puts it to the top of the square. They got
easy.
one there. No, they come over the back. Linton, good little kick. There's a free kick. It will be paid. Is it going to... I think it's going to be Pratt.
That's going to be... Yeah, Pratt for just chopping the arms there.
Linton.
Scudman.
Yeah, so Linton come over the top, chop the arms, and Sam Pratt will go back directly in front, and a much... Well, I'm going to say much needed goal.
He's not there yet.
No, the margin's 63. They haven't had a goal since the 17-minute mark of the second quarter, have Drouin. And Sam Pratt comes in directly in front, should put it through for him, and he does.
Good boy.
Straight through, Sam Pratt.
Yeah, just a much-needed one. Well, you're going to call it much-needed, isn't it? Because you just got to put a little bit more back into that scoreboard and that score sheet for him as well. But they worked hard for that goal, the Drouin team. And here comes our little mascot, Poppy, for a rest on the bench there. So look at those locks. They are free-flowing at the moment. Are they doing it concurrently or not?
No, they're flowing concurrently, yes.
There you go.
Bleached blonde hair with white tips.
And no sideburns.
No.
24 minutes played in the final quarter, and it is Morwell 112 to Drouin 55 on the Harvey Norman computer scoreboard.
Quick update for you, A-grade netball here at Morwell. They win 51-27 against Drouin, and Shannon Freeman was best on court for the Tigers.
The Tigers now with the ball. Nicely done. Quick handball. Dances around. He does it good too, does young Zach Carlson. Feeds it off to the half-forward line. Noblet feeds off a handball to McDonald. Can McDonald find Musil inside forward 50? He can. Now,
here we go.
Can Musil find McDonald on the lead? No, he's said, go back. I'm going to have a go at goals. I know McDonald needs one more for 10, but I haven't got one today myself. So Musil will do his best to find the goals. He'll kick from 45 on a 45. He's on the right side for a right footer. The kick's going to have to be a good one, though, and off the boot. It's going to fall short and go across the face. And there's the mark that's been taken.
It is.
But who's taken it?
No mark. They called it.
He's going to ball it up.
It was McDonald too.
I tell you what, I thought he took a good pack mark there.
Umpire didn't pay it.
You wrecked the play.
There's the centre. Theatre. Oh, whack.
Quick kick around the body from whack. Goes whack into the goalpost, and they behind for the home side.
16-17, 113. Morwell to 8-7-55 Drouin. Harvey Norman computers scoreboard.
Well, Harry Wands plays on out of fullback. Clears the area, gets to the wing. Can't mark it though, the Hawks. Jacobson stops, props, gathers, handballs out to no one in particular. Pratt came the other way. He's got nowhere to go. He had to boot the ball, and it's going to work out, is it? It does. It lands in the hands of Seth Calway, who quickly played on to Quirk. He chips it towards centre half forward to his brother. It was Aiden to Kyle, and Kyle can chip it over the top to Collins. Diving mark. And that was a great mark in the end. Good transition from the Hawks. They'll have a shot on goal. 25 metres out, slightish angle. They trail, though, by 58 points. Although, more importantly, we're at 26-minute mark of the final quarter, and Brandon McDonald's on 9 goals.
No, that umpire stuffed everything right up. Completely.
McDonald will take a mark. The siren will go.
Ooh. He'd kick it after the siren. Joe Collins at this stage. 26-minute mark. Comes in, puts it on its way, and misses. Well, that was the kick after the siren. It just wasn't Brandon McDonald. But the Tigers have won. After they trailed by 25 points at quarter time, they win by 57. And Brandon McDonald, well, guess what? We're going to be talking to him in a moment, because he kicked 9 goals for the afternoon. A great performance from BMAC, and the Tigers get a couple wins in a row.